Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Night here at Heavy Cardboard. Teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy, board games, war games, 18xx. I'm your host. You can read the names, but I'm Edward.
Ken.
Martin. And he's Melted.
Facts. There we go. All right. Imperial Steam. Y'all asked for a repeat, so we're doing a repeat, but not exactly. He's here, because you weren't here last time.
Yeah.
So, 4-player, different player count, and also we're doing the variable setup. Or did, actually, the variable setup, but we'll walk you through what we did. As you saw at the beginning, if you haven't seen how to play this, go watch the other video. It'll help make sense, because I'm not teaching it tonight. I just taught this last week. Yeah, that's all I got. Here we get 4-player Imperial Steam with a variable setup, I think, or normal setup. Fixed setup is for the like, first couple times you play it, whatnot. Mm-hmm. Y'all ready?
Full of intensity.
Y'all ready? All right, let's just do it. Let's get into it. All right, so variable setup. So let's go ahead and start here. So the first thing that you need to do is you draw one of these cards based on player count. And when you do that, it's going to show you where the 4 hub cities are. And the 4 hub cities are the ones that have the little slash. So those are random. It doesn't say what order, it just says put them random. So we have the 4 hubs in those spots. In addition to that, it says to set aside these 3 numbered cities. We can't figure out why it says to pull out those 3. Of those 3, you then put one of them in each of these cities there. The other one, the rules don't say. So then it says all of the gray ones, everything else is just random.
Totally random.
Okay. Yep. So how this worked is one of those 3 ended up in a totally random spot. We think that's right. Okay.
Otherwise, there would have just been a blank.
Yeah, there would have been a hole somewhere out here. Yeah. And in fact, I think it was that one, but I digress. So that is this setup. Then what we do for the hub city values is we draw the state railway cards. And you draw 4 of them, because 4 cities. The first one we drew was a 3. And why that matters is because if you take a look over at the market, all of these started over at 0. So then, and randomly stacked in a stack 4 high. And that was the bottom, that was the third, that was the second, that was the top. That's how it ended up random. And then 1, 2, 3 for that number, you drop off the first one. Then we drew another card, go another 3, 1, 2, 3, drop off the next one.
Yep.
And then 1, 2, drop off the next one, and then 3, drop off the final one. So that's how we ended up with the 4 cities out here. In addition to that, randomly, we put the 4...
engineers.
Not just the engineers, but the values for the bumps for whenever deliveries to the hub cities. So those are random, how that went out there. And then, last but not least, you notice that there's only one state railway symbol on this. So even though these have them, the rules say to only put one out based on this card and where to put it. And so that's exactly what we've done. So it's right there, as you can see. Let's see, what else is random? Well, if you take a look up at the round track, they can't see your finger because it's going to be off screen. There you go. If you look at the round track over there, those are random. So the restocking limits, the dock limits, if you will. And notice there's a 5 out there. Full disclosure, the random 5 ended up in the first one. I made the command decision as the host to change it. So we went to random.org, put in the number 2 through 8, and it came out as 3rd. So we swapped those 2. And the reason we did that is because it's not impossible, it just was going to be prohibitively difficult to make use of that, and that doesn't really
not all that efficient.
Yeah, and it just doesn't look interesting that way, so we changed that. I think that's it as far as random setup. Oh, and the cubes, but the cubes are random regardless out there. Notice round 4, it's all wood. Let's see. We have 5 contracts of each. These are out here, my rails to, this is going to be my contract area because space, it's a table hog. And we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 11. I think that's it, right?
I think you got it.
All right, we start with $140 each. We have not randomized turn order. That we need to do, and Mr. Fowler, I assume.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Dude, seriously?
Yep.
Good
But
thing
you have some.
I do have some. But,
Sweet.
wow.
Oh, those are pretty nice.
They are. They are. These were a gift from J-Rex. So,
nice.
yeah. They are not, I don't think they match the theme, and they are not at all shuffled. So, a moment. Talk amongst yourselves while we do this.
Interesting board. The setup is very different. We've been kind of kicking around what we might do to start out.
Oh, we have?
We don't. Yeah.
Oh, y'all have.
You weren't listening? Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay. So factory spaces, though, we did note that they seem pretty well distributed, right? Because there's the factories over here,
Yeah.
and then there's factories. So it seems both ways are viable factory-wise, right?
It seems the hub cities are a little bit further away from our starting
Gonna be
position.
tighter with the hub cities for sure.
What do you
Gonna
mean by tighter?
Well, so in the regular setup, 3 of the hub cities are in front of the wall of
Engineers?
engineers.
Yeah.
Okay.
like the
Right.
orange and
Yeah.
Right. And in this one, it's 2 and 2.
Okay.
So only 2 are going to be available until you start buying these guys.
Well, also one hub is 3
And it's quite far.
away, as opposed to 2 of them being 2 away.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
Okay,
Four
fair
players
point.
aren't getting a delivery on the second turn.
Go ahead.
Definitely
Yep.
not.
And I will go with that.
I'm not winning this. Lowest
Okay,
possible card.
so blue, yellow, purple, red. There we go. Okay.
Oh, you're losing
Yeah,
out on this
literally
tiebreaker.
the lowest of the 52.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the worst you'll do all night.
We'll find out.
Okay. All right. Cool. And what was it? What was it you said right before we streamed? Before we started, you said something snarky. What was it?
I say so many snarky things.
Facts.
I think
remember.
I can run it back for
Oh
you.
yeah, but would you please?
I think you said that your goal tonight was to score at least 500.
That
And
is
then Martin said that it's good to have goals.
right. Glory to Rome for that to start. Right. I wanted to be able to give context because I was angry and I couldn't remember why, as I want to be. All right. So that said, so we start with the initial auction. We start with 140. So here, 60 for the access to the second city. 80 if you're feeling ambitious.
Yep. 110 if you're feeling really ambitious.
Or 30 if you're feeling squirrely.
I would feel squirrely at your peril. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Hold on. Let's see. So each of the cities have 2 each, right? Have 2 tracks.
Yeah.
So it would be blue, blue, white. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah,
Blue
that
is the
might be-
close one too. It can get an early delivery. If you went 30, you could be locked out of workers.
Yeah, that
on the
is
second round.
that is true.
I mean,
yeah.
you could always buy them at the. I mean, you can always buy workers there. It's just how much they cost.
Right. And to be clear,
You can't if the
50s
city's influence
here,
is above your
10s.
influence.
And
Oh,
yes, I
true.
know.
If it moves, that's right. The blue is the one that's going to move
first.
the first. Yeah.
I'm going to bring back the heavy cardboard chips and bring these over to the house for game days. I had it backwards.
It's a little too close.
Because that's difficult. I know. Just remember, 50, 10. Okay. All right. Yeah. Place your bets over under Glory to Rome's, including the one that's already been pegged on the board. 5.5. We've been getting out of practice on these, and I want to fix that. All right. All right. So place your bets. Oh boy. I have no idea. So, okay, since y'all have already discussed this, I have not. So we have 2 to start. If you were to buy 2 workers, that gives you a 4. That's a single. Oof. That is ugly. Okay. So,
I almost forgot to include buying workers in my calculations.
Yeah, that would have been a mistake for exactly one person.
Yeah.
So, and no, no, you can't just say Martin. I'm sorry, that's cheating. And where are the 20s, Alyssa? When someone purchases me a poker chip set that has 20s, the end, gray 20s at that. Has everyone chosen?
I'm not feeling happy about my choice.
Oh, I hate mine already.
But yeah, I've chosen.
I've chosen.
I've chosen. Just 60.
80.
80.
Okay, so 90, so that's going to be purple here first. 80, 80, so y'all are going to stay in relative order.
Martin goes ahead of me
Why?
because he's ahead of me on that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we didn't change that. I apologize. And right there.
That sucks.
Does it?
Well, it's not good to pay 80 and go third, I guess.
Oh, like
Although you do get the
Yeah.
3 options on workers, and green is unlikely to advance.
Not for a while. Not for a while.
So,
my goal is 500. I said it. Pick me at your peril. But so be it. Okay.
all right, I get to go first. I'm going to
Martin
buy
the Younger.
Martin the Younger.
Yep.
I'll just go by happy today because I'm in a good mood. Let's spend 30.
I just don't show it. I'm British.
Let's spend 30 and buy out of the blue city.
Well, stop. Worker. Action marker.
Hand. Put your hand down.
And
All of your hand, not
And
just
it
your
goes
thumb, the
here.
entire hand.
Okay. So first off, first round we'll go slow, even though we didn't teach. Here we go. So getting workers. That's the first action. Hold on. Go slow.
1, 2.
I got to get the camera over there, man. All right, go.
I am anxious today. All right,
Yeah.
10 for the first one, 20 for the second one. 2 workers bumps that up. That costs 30. My money goes down from 50 to 20.
Yep.
And I get 2 extra workers who come down here still fully rested.
There we go.
And that ends my turn.
There we go. That's blue. Yellow.
Ditto.
Check that. Hold on. This is y'all did me no favors tonight. That's why I said blue. Purple has gone. Now it's blue.
Oh, it's blue. Blue will do exactly the same thing. So it's ditto, except I end up with 30 because I started higher. Whoops, 30 because I started higher. Get me right for the
Cheating
blue.
son of a. Okay.
Yeah. And 2 workers out the bag.
Seriously, the show does not produce itself. Exactly. Thank you, Rocky. By the way, I appreciate what you tried to do with Rodney over at Watch It Played, but obviously, yeah. So, tried to get us him on a stream, and we would do a coin game here at HCHQ, and very diplomatically declined, I think, is how. Anyway, moving on. Ken.
I'm also going to buy some workers.
Action marker. You could reach. I understand.
I'm not actually sure about that. I might be able to.
I was trying to give your,
I can't quite reach.
short-
Yeah.
Salty.
That and that. And then what would that be?
If we had 60 thumbs in the next 5 minutes, Bobby would give $10 to the stream. Hit the thumbs, Martin.
Up.
Thumbs! We get extra bonus for thumbs! Send them! Send your thumbs!
Yeah, basically, that buys tea for everybody to drink for streams.
We like tea.
Okay.
I will also buy workers, turning in a 50 at a 20. I'll buy from the
And to be
next
clear,
easiest.
all of them bought from blue because they're equal to or past blue. Mm-hmm. And so now,
Now buying from white. I will also buy 2 workers.
so $30, right?
$30, which leaves me with 30 remaining.
All right. So now for me, obviously I have to buy workers now, or else I'm not going to because these are terrible human beings. So yeah. Ain't no party like a worker party unless a worker party is good. And also, not buying from blue because they're expensive, buying from the last white that's cheap. But the question is, do I buy 2 or 3? Everybody else has gone 2. I have the most money. The extra 30 that I didn't spend basically would get me another worker. Or I could do something else. And the question is, what would that something else do with that money? I either could purchase resources, which, no, I can't. I could buy a train, which that is awfully tempting. Oh. No. God. The only... Yeah, are there any 8 connections out of there? Is there a reason why...
Yes, there certainly are. Quite a few 8 connections.
But there's no 9s.
I don't see any 9s.
Or 9s or 10s.
All right, so there are
two-track,
definitely
right?
not 10s.
So if that's the case, I'll just spend the requisite $30 and get 2 workers. So it's boring, I understand.
I think we might be trapped in a meta game around that. There's probably another opening that works, right?
As the first player, I had the option not to buy workers because even if all 3 of you did, I knew it would come back to me.
Yeah.
Especially since I was past the 3rd city, both Martin and I had that option.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I considered it, but I didn't know what I was going to do for my second action yet, so it was...
It just feels like training is so
Yeah.
good, right? Like getting those in and having them move forward is so... That's what I can't get away from, but anyway.
But yeah, I could have saved it for my second hand action. But now I actually have to decide what I want to do with my second action. And I think it comes down to 3 things. I could take the $10 for maybe the first or near to last time in the game. Last time I only did it, like, I think twice when we streamed last time. I could build a factory. And my options are less than other people's. I can't build an iron because I spent extra to be earlier in the turn order. And lastly, the other thing, I could build a rail. I don't like it when I can only go one spot because my workers aren't rested enough, and I like them bumping up. So I'm not going to build lay track. So the last option is...
Yeah, laying track in the first turn, everybody did it in our first game, and I feel like collectively we all felt it sucked. Because you can't make use of building 2 tracks. So it felt like that's a trap. That's a newbie trap. Again, could be a meta thing, but it just doesn't feel
I suspect
efficient.
there are definitely layouts in the initial layout setup that would make... Because here, in particular, if you're thinking of heading to Styre, building 1, then you've got a 3-point to get there.
Exactly.
So building 1 as a first move, particularly since you get first of its 3 business Watsits in Barden, is actually quite attractive, and then you've got the 2 to do later.
That's right.
And that's an 80, so that's still going to be a big move.
I'm going to buy resources. What I'm going to do is I'm thinking ahead, and next turn, if we do lay track, I can only buy 2 resources. So I want to buy 1 this round, so I will have all 3. So I'm just going to spend 10, and let's go for the iron.
Because iron universally orange. Somebody asked, hey, John gets games for a train game. Yeah, I reached out to John, and he actually responded and said, yeah, hey, because he was like, how would that work remote? And I sent him a link to the stuff we did during the pandemic. Not that it's not the you know what I mean. And he was like, yeah, I'm totally down for that. So we're going to hook that up.
Cool.
So John will be playing Age of Steam for the first time on stream.
Nice.
That'll be fun. So there you go. Cool. All right.
Yeah, well, this is
Hold on. You bought 1. That
bought
immediately goes into your storehouse because you only bought 1.
Oh, that's true. I can get it right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
exciting.
Yep. There you go. So yeah, everybody has 1 storehouse that starts empty. Yep. Okay.
It's an option, though. I mean, you don't have to put it in your storehouse. I'm sure you could put it in your goods incoming if you preferred.
I went to put it here,
Since
and I
it
thought
makes absolutely no
yeah,
difference.
I thought that's cheating if I put it here, and then... But
No, actually,
it's not, because if you only buy 1, you have
Because
that.
1. Wait, you did not buy
I bought
build
resources.
rail. There we go. See the 1.
Yep.
So, okay.
Well, this is really annoying because I was thinking through and I'm looking through, and that was really the best thing I felt for me to do. I'm tempted by kind of making a 1 jump, but the trouble is all the jumps that go afterwards require 80.
That is pricey.
Which you can't do if you sacrifice 2 of your workers to make that initial. Well, in fact, all 4 of your workers to make that initial jump. So really, again, the need to train the workers really needs you to hold back on that. Similar with a factory, I can't build a factory because then I'd lose a worker and only be able to do 6. So that leaves out all the 7 or 8 point jumps coming from here. So getting a resource seems like the best option. I could look to upgrade my train. I could possibly upgrade it to a 5 train for a couple. That's actually kind of tempting because it would give me a bit of extra space, which is always nice. But then it leaves me desperately short of money. I'm only going to have 20 going into the next turn, which feels a little bit too...
Well, you get 10 income every time.
I get 10, but it's going to be tight, considering what I'm thinking I need to do. So I want to keep the flexibility, so I'm going to do exactly what the other Martin did. We may be called the same, but we don't really do the same thing every time. So there we are.
Ken?
Wait, what just happened? How did you get $10 extra?
Oh, God. I'm thinking in the beginning of next go. I've spent yet $10 extra.
And you get a good. Which good would you like?
I will take a stone, please.
So Robert's upped it to $20. Alyssa said she will match. If in the next 3 minutes we get 8 more thumbs. Seriously, people, come on.
Go, thumbs.
That's a lot of tea.
It's only 8 thumbs.
Right. There you go. All right.
Maybe I should stop and log into YouTube.
I actually thumbed my own video.
You're allowed to do that.
I'm just saying.
I thumbed it 2 hours ago. And
See, that's what I'm talking about, people.
That's dedication.
Right. Ken.
As disgusting as this is...
You're going to do the exact same thing?
No, I'm actually thinking about buying influence so that I can go first next time.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
It's almost like an admission that you bid the wrong amount because you cost yourself an action. Yep.
Absolutely an admission that I bid the wrong amount. that is exactly what it was.
I was less worried about going first and more worried about getting onto the third, having the third worker pool available to me.
Yeah, I mean, there is sort of a disincentive to bid high if you get low in the initial go, because you know if you tie, you're going to be below.
So tempting.
But I did want to really get to the third city. It seemed obvious to me to do it. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get income. So maybe what I should do... But I'm building third. God, that is... So I can't really guarantee myself anything. If I were even building second, I would know I could have a clean route into the hub city if I wanted.
Down to Sopran? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 of us, well, maybe more of us are building. If you've got the money, you can build over someone else's track.
Sure. If I've got the money and I want to give it to that person,
Yep.
which, I mean, I can't think of anything worse.
Right, seriously,
Fair enough.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm really tempted to go first. That's just agony. I guess that's why this game I enjoy.
That would be philanthropy to start out with. Just saying.
Never let it be said that I'm not a philanthropic guy.
I both simultaneously like it that you're wasting an action and hate it that you might be moving in front of me.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know,
Just the entire audience.
if you'll just tell me what you're going to do with your first action next time.
I haven't decided between doing this or doing this because there's 4 bumps and an influence versus getting to the hub city. I will tell you, if you bump ahead of me on the thing, you won't have enough to buy a factory. Well,
I would.
Yeah, you would. You'd have 10 left.
I would have
bump 2.
20
You'd have 20 after
because I'm going to get income.
Yeah, 10
right.
plus your 10 for
So I
income.
should be able to buy probably any of 3 would be my guess.
Yes. Yeah. Any of the 3 factories.
Yeah, you'll have
probably.
Yeah.
Anything
No,
but iron.
yeah.
Anything
but iron.
Which, of course, is the one you might want to start out with, but whatever.
But then you won't have enough to build rail again on the next turn, like Martin and I. So it's interesting.
I
You
definitely won't have enough to build
that-
rail on the next turn.
And you'll have all of those 60 thumbs worth of people going, Ken made the wrong bid.
So the question.
Oh, we got there. We got there.
Go, take
God,
your
okay,
turn.
damn it.
Take your turn.
Fine.
How bad do you want to be in Supper?
You know what?
By the way, these guys did drive through an ice storm tonight to come here. Legit. At like 9 o'clock this morning, I messaged them and said, hey, it is entirely y'all's call whether or not we do this, because it has been raining sleet and frozen rain, and it's below. It's horrible. It's horrible out there, and they all made the trip. So cheers to them and cheers to y'all. All right, dude, I can only stall so much.
I can't live with myself if I do it.
What are you doing?
I'm taking $10.
There we go. All right. So first off, big cheers to everybody. So Alyssa, Robert,
well.
Richard, Peppa Gacy. Apparently we're restocking tea. So thank you, everybody.
Decaf?
I don't have
decaf.
But
Yeah, no, there will be no decaf. I'm drinking Gen Maicha tonight, by the way. All right. So I thought about this. God knows I had enough time. So here's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe I lay track. I'm last. Maybe I lay track. And the question is, where would I lay track? I would lay down to Baden. Why? Because I get 3 business opportunities. Okay, if I did that, I could flip all 3 of those.
You could.
Well, of course.
And that's $40 income over 6 rounds. That's $180.
Of course, 10 of it you're already 10 of it you're already getting.
Huh? Yeah, 10 right. So
Yeah.
there'd be another 30 over 6 rounds at least. So that's 180.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that is a legit, or I could build 1, 2, 3 business opportunities to go second.
the argument for not doing this is it's probably going to be available. I don't know if anyone who builds before you is going to go in that direction. And so you might end up getting 5 if you wait a turn.
And that's actually a fair point as well.
5 is definitely good.
Yeah.
That's an understatement, obviously.
It wasn't one of the 2 options when Ken asked me what I was going to do. The 3 and the 2, it was not one of the,
Right.
yeah.
It's true.
But it's definitely an idea. But so I kind of want to step back from the whole it's a trap thing, not because I'm the one thinking of doing it, but all of a sudden that could be a crap ton of income, right? In a given turn. And that extra $30 goes a long way to buying a train right there, and it kind of offsets plus the extra income it does. So that's actually really, really tempting. The other options are I could buy a resource just because. I could go ahead and buy a factory. That was the other thing that I was thinking about doing. Nobody has bought a factory
But
right
it does limit you for your track building, because then you'll only have 6 manpower for your track.
Right, because that's going to use one of my workers.
Yep.
That is a really good point.
That's
That
why
was-
I didn't build a factory this
That's
turn.
why I didn't build a factory. That was my
It would also
dominant
be
reason.
the worst factory, like the one that only gives you 3 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you only get 2
That's
as well.
actually a good point. Other idea, I could take a contract and start trying to succeed in where I failed last game.
I wouldn't take a contract. Oh, I guess you could take a single. You could take a single, right? And move one of these guys to your warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah. 90 bucks for that single iron is not terrible.
Or I go ahead and buy a train.
That's what I did in my first turn of the game we played.
So you
So
scored more than 500.
I did score more than 500 in that one.
Oh, I don't know
turns.
why 500 popped into
It
my
was
head there.
just yeah. It was
And I did what Edward suggested, that practice game we played.
Yeah.
I flipped all 3 of my trains and ended up getting income locked.
right.
Because, well, not because I did that on the first round, but because I went all income in the second, third, and fourth round and didn't get into enough factory cities, and I
Yeah.
was locked out of them. So that can be an issue.
So many difficult choices. And this is the first round.
And Edward was
you
complaining
hear
about
the-
Ken.
well, no, y'all keep.
Did you hear the empathy in Martin's voice? He's
I don't mind.
deeply concerned about Edward.
So
My turns went
legitimately.
really fast because I just did what he did.
So if I'm not going to do that, I'm not doing that. We've raised the point as to why I'm not. I cannot. No. It could. So it comes down to those 2 or buying a resource, and that's it.
Build track,
No,
buy a
if
train.
I'm not going to build track,
I encourage you to pass.
That is an option. Doesn't cost you any influence.
I don't think buying the resource makes a lot of sense other than it's cheap.
Yeah. And that's why they did it.
The reason why we did it is not because it's cheap, because the next round you can only buy 2, and if you want 1 of each.
That's actually a
That was part of the
fair
reason.
point.
Also,
Yes.
being cheap was not. I remember those 10s run out pretty fast with 4 players.
Yeah, you know what? You made a compelling argument. I will go, I think, let me double check. Give me a second. Yeah, I'll go that. So that's going to be 10 quid. There. That's it for the round. All right, so here we go. Did anybody else make it trios? No, not 8 rounds. Fix the cubes up there if you would, please. All right, advance the round marker. Everybody gets a new action marker.
Hey.
And here, just
Just
move
this,
it
yep.
over there. There you go. Got it.
All right, here's blue,
Then
thank you, red.
cubes come out, but there are no cubes. Everybody gets their hands back. By the way, hi to the kids. The kids are watching tonight. So hi, guys. Along with Mama. Hi, Jess. Miss you. See you soon. Or I don't know. As long as Ken's taking out his turns, maybe I won't see you soon. Get your income. $10.
Big money.
Take it this time.
Everybody's workers graduate.
Ooh.
Turn order did not pass, even though Ken thought about it. And so we go action-wise. Take it away. And apparently, Randy and Michael. Oh, God, this is going to be a massive tea order. I'm not kidding. So thanks, guys. Hey, seriously.
Yeah.
Cheers. Really
Why don't you
appreciate
just buy,
it. you know?
like,
This is the
figure out what you could spend all that money on for, like, 150-gram pack. Like, find, like, the fanciest tea you could possibly find.
You
Or-
can find some pretty fancy tea out there.
Yeah, you can spend as much as you want on tea. And that's what I found as well.
Or we could like get Upton and Smith teas and make it go further. So
For,
I
like, a long time.
Or a long time. And
Yeah.
that'll work.
Well, we can ask Schreifer for some advice. He's very good at spending money on tea.
Yeah. Right, yeah. So, and Shrey, he said, well, since I inevitably am going to be drinking it anyway, so certainly thanks. Appreciate that, y'all.
So now I've got to make that decision I talked to you about. I chose to lay track, so I put my hand on the track space.
Yep.
I am going to use all 4 workers for 80 because I'm going to build 2 tracks.
Okay.
And I've got to decide between those options we talked about. One of them would be going to Supron for a delivery. I don't like going through here. I would probably go through here
Just
for the
more
2 business
flexibility,
options.
right?
Well, I think 2 business options are better than 1 influence.
Well, I mean, you could get an influence if you wanted an influence.
Yes, and then still-
it's just more flexibility,
Yeah, more
right?
flexibility,
Yeah.
The other option is to do what I told Edward I wasn't considering. I don't know if I like that very much, especially, well, the one thing about it is there is a delivery there,
Yep.
but there's only one.
Yep.
Alternately, I could start working my way towards this city and go 1, 2, and get 4 business opportunities instead of 2.
And an influence.
And an influence.
Yeah.
But I would not have a delivery if I did that until the turn after. So if I...
Be a little income deprived.
So... I'm wondering if you guys will give me bad advice so I can do the other thing. But I'm not, so...
Oh, thanks, Franny.
All right, got to pay 1 of each resource because I picked a lay track.
Yep.
For that, yep. There you go.
So let's get rid of those. And do I like going to here? Where is the brown? It's the furthest one up. The advantage to that is if I'm connected to brown and later on and late in the game I deliver the key, that key is probably going to be the most valuable for the coal. So this,
Because Hub
It'll
City
be-
starts there, yeah.
So-
If you can make some deliveries there, especially, you can get up to 150.
yeah, and the blue city is really kind of cruddy for that.
Certainly not great from a coal perspective. Because the
So
most it's ever going to be worth is 80.
if I come into here, where would I go next turn? That way, maybe? And then I'm kind of hooked into the ugliness of needing an engineer to get out of here. But likewise, if I go into here, it's a long time before I need an engineer.
Although, I built sort of down here the last time we played, And you do find yourself sort of stuck in this area because
Boy,
you
do
need
ya!
you need so much in terms of extra resources and engineers to get out. So
You know what? I think I'm going to just gamble it and wait on the delivery. So I'm going to do this.
So that looks like 7 of the 8, no change, obviously. So that's 4 business opportunities and 1 bump. You are purple, the bump will go there, so it's going to be 4 business opportunities. How are you taking them?
All right, so if I leave this here, and on this turn, I probably want to buy those 2 resources I talked about last time. If I buy resources, that's going to use that money. If I flip that, my other action can't be buy a train yet because I won't have the money for it. So maybe I take them as 1, 2.
Well,
Oh, sorry. This 1, 2, 3, 4. There's something interesting about that because then when I take a contract.
So needless to say, you're thinking about boogieing down to Trieste. Okay. I mean, if you're bumping your share value, I mean, that telegraphs it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I only want to take 1 less.
I don't know that that's right.
So I can.
I mean, I guess you have to take contracts.
To be able to get the
you're not
investors.
gonna-
Otherwise, it's wasted,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I'm going to flip 1 of these,
Okay.
and I'm taking the other 3.
3
here.
as business or as investor, raising the share price. We know what you mean. All right, cool, done. That's purple, blue. You're up. Hey, thanks, Mike. He says, enjoy the willingness to discuss moves good-naturedly. Make it fun to participate. Oh, all good. Oh, they know I'm at. They know.
Yeah, so while Martin was talking about saying, oh, he wasn't even considering that one, I was quite pleased because that was actually my number 1 choice. Mainly because I get a
delivery.
And there's another one not too far away as well. And it also kind of pushes me towards Graz, which is a nice direction to go in. And there are 5 business opportunities, so that's going to be mine.
We're in Rome. I should have done it.
Did you really think that was going to be there on your turn?
Well, no,
You listened to him and believed him?
Yeah, I did. Guilty, 100% I did. So
5 business opportunities.
yeah, I
Now,
should
in
have
previous
just done
games, I haven't really gone with the investor route at all.
I failed to read his mind.
And, but this time I feel like I fancy doing it. I don't know that I want to put all 5 on there. It's tempting.
all 5.
But the problem with all 5 is that puts you at the 240 level. You're going to need. I'm only going to be able to do that once off, even with 2 3 level contracts. It's going to be difficult to hit 240 more than once.
You got this.
So if I go for 180, then I think that's a more achievable. It makes it worth having the investor. I don't really want investors chucking any less money than 180. And there's a good chance that I'm going to be in a position I'll get a little bit more than just the 1 investor at it. So that would allow me to then flip 1 carriage,
Yep.
which actually is potentially slightly problematic for me, but we won't worry about that too much at the moment. And I'll do it with that.
Okay.
And you're up.
Maybe I should just wait and let you decide where you want to build rail. What do you think? Should I do that? Or? Nah, probably not. Yeah, I'll go ahead and build rail.
Well, I know what I'm not going to do right away is build rail.
So I was going to try what Martin is trying now. And when I say Martin, I mean Martin Fowler. But since he took that route, I'm happy to take
I should have.
route
I'm
down to the
so
hub city. I'll
angry
go
that I didn't
through-
go with my gut.
Bratislava.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wrong one.
Take the business opportunities. I must pay 1 of each of these resources to do so.
So those 2 up and down to Sopron.
And
Okay, 2 business
two business opportunities. I think I am going to flip 2 of these.
I so should have. I should have just. I'm so angry right now at myself for questioning. That's just, yeah, I'm so angry.
Don't call me happy. Call me silver-tongued devil.
Yeah, right, apparently. No, I have not done any subscription teas. God, I'm so pissed at myself right now.
It's not like all the routes are horrible. You can still get into the hub city.
Oh, I know I can. It's not what I wanted. I should have gone with my gut. Well, okay. So one's going to build track. We know that. What else are we going to do? We have...
You're not in a hurry with that one.
Right,
None
because
of us
nobody
are
else
building
can.
track. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We are tracked out.
So you've got the advantage of being able to sit back and see what we're doing.
Oh, I forgot. I need to move all of these fellows up here.
Yep.
So that begs, potentially, maybe I don't build track this round. And then I would have 12, but that's wasteful because then there's not going to be a 12 that I can, yeah, never mind. Oh, that has completely kind of thwarted what I had planned. So I think I take advantage of, but the thing is, see, now I'm behind everybody. Because I can buy resources, but we're maxed at 2, so I'm not really making anything. So one is buying resources, one is potentially building track. Then the other is, do we go factory or do we go train? I don't think the train is going to be as important now, or is it? So factory, I don't know. Like, that has so completely thrown me off. You know what? Screw it.
That's the spirit.
We'll build a factory. Give me an iron factory for 30. So the iron factory will come on down here. And that'll be 3 iron. Go and put me dead center up top, if you would.
Just going to point out that you now only have 6 effort.
So you mean that's the disadvantage of building the factory before you.
There is that, but see, and now, but I want to be able to do it before Ken does, so that I can deliver. But I can't get there because I only have 6 and not 7. That is a fair point. What we're talking about is there and there, or there and there. Oh, I hate my situation now.
Why do you need to deliver before Ken? Just buy a different
just
factory?
pick a different factory. Yeah.
Yeah, iron gets a bit more money, but
I mean, the income is not bad for any of these.
Yeah, but see.
So the difference between spending 30 to get 100 is a net of 70, and spending 10 to get 80 is also a net of 70.
I guess so. All right, I guess that's a fair point. So never mind. Put that back.
That was very nice of you, Ken.
Go with my gut.
I would
Should erase a glory to Rome off the. Maybe I should give you a glory to Rome for doing that.
Here's what I would say. I it's in the spirit that, like, if I were to make a move like that, I would want somebody else to be like, oh, you're going to crash the rest of your game if you do that. You know that, right? So, yeah.
This is terrible.
Well, I mean, you are in a good position to lock in buying a couple of goods for 10.
Yeah.
They could. I don't know, how many are available for 10 at this point? 6?
There's still all of this down here. So there's
So it could be that we all buy 2, and then you've got to be buying.
And more expensive. And you know what? I might as well be ahead of the run, I guess. So fine, so be it. So I'll spend 20. That still leaves me plenty to be able to do it. I already got the wood, so
in our
we will
first
go.
game, the one that we didn't stream, that's what happened to me. I neglected to get the stuff at 10 when I should have done, and ended up having to pay more.
All right. So which 2 at
So
max?
I've already got the iron, so I need the stone and the wood.
There we go. And pay your 20. Nope. Onto your dock this time.
You're right. Onto my dock.
There we go. Appreciate the support, y'all. Sorry about that. Yeah, when in doubt, just my gut's just not wrong. I should. Yeah. I'm so mad at
What did they say?
myself.
One
So
of them, don't
that's
listen to me.
interesting. So I mean, I've pointed out the fact that if I now don't get those last 2 10s, there's a very good chance Ken will pick them up and grab them. The problem.
One of you is going to get stuck holding the bag,
If I spend
right?
2 on 10s, that leaves me very vulnerable on the factories because.
No, you have enough. Yeah, you have enough. The first.
Well, actually, yeah, I can get 10.
Yeah, you'll be able to get either a wood or a stone factory for sure.
Yeah. Well, will I? Well, Martin's completely out of money, so he can't build a factory, so that's good. Ken and you have plenty, but you're not going to be able to buy enough factories to
Right,
put me out of
that's
stone.
and you can only build one per turn. So
But the
you're
problem
guaranteed.
is, as you both know, I want a wood factory. And the chances of you both buying the wood factory just to screw me over are not zero.
Martin,
Well,
I'm not going to lie.
it's only a net of 60.
The factory I'm going to buy. So,
I haven't made a determination yet.
he's not going to buy a
How
wood
much
factory.
does Edward love me?
He's not going to buy a
That
wood
is about
factory
zero when it comes to board
because
games,
he knows that he can't deliver the wood.
You're better off waiting to buy the factory at the beginning of next turn after you get income. The reason why is your workers will move. Oh, they won't move over yet because you used them all.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm. So it's an interesting question on that, but I think I don't want to take the chance of getting blocked out the wood factory. So I'm going to buy myself a wood factory. I don't know why I'm giving you money because I've got a bank here. Wood factory. Send the worker over to Vienna,
And that's 3 wood.
and I get 3 woodies. One of which I can immediately deliver. Since a delivery is a free move, and I do wish to, the whole point is to deliver, so I will deliver it to whatever that place is called.
All right. So as a free
70
action,
spend
you can deliver. So it requires a coal off your board.
Yep.
And then the wood must come from the board. It did to deliver. And the amount that you're going to get is that was impressive. The leftmost on the wood factory, which here, I'll show you, is
70.
right there. There you go, $70.
So I get a nice $70 out of it. So that makes me a bit more comfortable on the money front, while at the same time, better.
Okay. So I'm also going to build a factory.
I feel both now indigent and indignant.
And
Now that he's bought the wood factory,
yeah. Right, I'm not in a hurry to build a wood factory now. I think I'm going to build stone instead. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build stone instead.
looking at the higher value contracts is my guess.
I mean,
Yeah, all right. Pay your money.
so I owe 10
Yep.
in. I'm going to add this friend and 3 of those, one of which I will, of course,
Thanks, Wow.
immediately deliver for $80. And that's me.
Interesting that you didn't choose the iron factory.
Interesting that no one bought resources yet. Well,
Well, I did notice that the iron factory would run you out of money. So I figured let you go ahead and spend all your money if you want to.
I'm surprised.
That's crafty. Yeah. That's very crafty.
I mean, you get the money back, right? So
Yeah. So I think I build. So I build and then buy a factory, right? That's got to be, I think, the plan.
right.
So we'll go ahead, choo-choo. So 1, 1, 1. If you'll take
Oh
care
yeah,
of those
cities are
for
going to
me.
move up for the delivery.
Oh, good call. So, okay. So hold on. Let's
blue
do
one
that.
does.
Hold on. Blue will some point over there. We'll go up 1 because it's the first delivery. So it moved
Done.
up 1.
And there's
Boom,
no
done.
change here because
Right, because that's not a hub. Good
Yeah.
call. Thank you. So we're laying track. I have 8. We're going to go ahead and hook that up. And so y'all can't hear this, but the windows in the studio here, we're getting pelted by freezing rain right now. It's not great, but I think I have to go down to Sopron. So I don't want to pay Ken. So I think that's the direction that we go right there. So as you can see, I'll get 1 free bump there for Neustadt, and we'll call it good. So that's my build. That's me. Back to purple. Final action.
Okay. I
Oh,
should've-
apparently they can hear it.
I
Oh,
need
yeah.
to pay that coal
Good.
for my
All
delivery.
right. Good call.
All right. So I don't want to bump in influence. I can't hire workers. I don't want to pass. I can't buy resources. Well, I've already done it. So I can't hire workers, I can't build trains. I think it's...
Oh, and I was build a factory, wasn't I?
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
So I think it's just take the $10. Is there anything else I can do? Everything else... Oh, I could take a contract. That is tempting. If I take a contract, I could immediately grab $130 for next turn.
So, taking a contract, and here...
No, I will not take a contract. So you can put it there, but the reason why I would not take a contract is because I don't want to flip and reserve parts. I need both of those spaces.
Facts.
Resources.
Yep, okay.
I'm taking the $10, sticking with it.
Mr. Fowler.
So I think I need to take the resources. I've got 2 slots open, and only 2 slots can be grabbed. So makes sense to pay my
So now,
$20.
which ones? You already have
one-
the stone.
An iron and a wood, please.
$20.
Yep. As it happened, they just happened to be the right ones. That was
Nope.
worked out well.
Down onto the dock,
Oh,
please,
quite right,
because
yes.
multiples.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Ken.
So I am really tempted to build a second factory. So tempted. But there are a couple of reasons why I wouldn't want to do it. But the big one is that this would go back by one.
Uh-huh.
And then I wouldn't have access to this. So what I think I'm going to do instead is hire workers.
And you have access to the Green City.
Correct. I'm going to use that access.
Okay.
So I'm certainly spending 30
By an engineer.
to do that. But I am thinking about spending another 30 to buy an engineer while I'm here. That is an interesting idea. And I need to think about whether there's a route I could take. Can't figure it out. I'll hold off and probably regret it.
All right. And wait a minute. I did not buy a factory. What did I do with my... No, I bought resources. Never mind. I did buy resources previously. Now I will buy it. And that's going to be the iron factory for 30.
Indeed. There you are.
Thank you. There. That'll go up along with 2 iron, because the third one, along with my coal, is going to come on down and deliver down to Sopron. And,
$100 lovely dollars.
and that's going to be 100 quid right there. So we'll just go ahead and
yeah, it's probably
do that.
marks or something like that. What would it be at this point?
Shillings?
Guilders?
Guilders.
Guilders, I think.
All right.
It says in the rule book.
It probably does. Then that's the second delivery to the blue city. You see that the blue cities are all ones, so it doesn't matter. And boom, done. That's everybody's action. Nobody made it. Advance the round marker. 5 deliveries, or 5 resources potentially. Everybody gets their hands.
It's not Guilders what you get for kidnapping princesses.
So just watch. Jess and I watched a movie the other day about the Resistance Banker. It's called on.
Give it out, hands. Yep.
Yes, so here you go,
That
sir.
apparently there was an underground bank in the Netherlands in World War II that basically funded all of the resistance stuff, like everything. It was pretty amazing stuff, really amazing, and the courage that it took was fascinating.
$30 in income.
No cubes come down, then all of your resources come up to your train.
Income.
So clear your docks, get your income. My woeful 10.
20? 30 for you.
Workers do not graduate, they just come on down. Turn order, did it change? Did not. Boom, done.
Your workers do graduate, Ken, the 2.
You too. There
sure
you go.
do.
Done. All right, that's it.
Okay. I get to go first, and I think one of the things I must do is lay track before I do a factory, because I want to use an exhausted worker for that. So build a factory, lay track. and I've got 2 other actions.
Take $10, pass.
Yeah, that's not what they're
Fact.
going to be. One of them is probably going to be a delivery, so
Yeah,
with the extra
that-
money, I will have the ability to do things like buy a train, or take a contract, which would be nice. So if I do plan on taking a contract and buying a train, okay, all right, let's start with the lay track.
Okay.
Now, I'm kind of a little bit inhibited that I have to, or limited, that I have to do that and not go there, because I only have 80 effort, and that's 50 and 30.
Yep, checks out. So you get 1 business opportunity first, if I may have it. The one Amstetten.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. So what are you doing with your business opportunity?
Let me spend those. That is a good question. If I'm planning on buying a train, the best thing to do might be to flip another income marker. The problem with taking another one of these is that when I take a contract, I then won't be able to take cash for that contract.
Yep. Not straight away, anyway.
Not straight
right?
away,
Yep.
anyway. So I'm not going to take a share price bump. If I flip one of those, then I kind of have to buy a train with one of my actions. So, but it's early. I like the idea of flipping something now because it's 10 for at least 3 more turns. The other thing I could do is take an influence and get into the brown city. Let us... I'm going to be a little bit risk adverse. I'm going to take an influence and get into the brown city for that business opportunity.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm not too worried about my first delivery because it's a 0 there.
Right. All right.
Okay.
That's it, right?
That's it.
Mr. Fowler.
I didn't expect to have this opportunity, but I'm going to grab it with both hands. So I am going to get workers, because I'm going to get this chance at the cheap green city workers.
So
Pick
that's
up
2
of them
workers.
for 30 and
Yep.
an engineer for 60.
Okay.
Green, might as well take one of the, from the other ones since they're lower down. Not that it really makes any difference.
Yeah.
All right.
Wish I'd had the gumption to do that. The money is so tight in this game, I couldn't quite pull the trigger, but I feel like
it's certainly going to block me a bit for things in the future, but having 2 workers for 30 instead of 1 worker for 30 is that's worth a great deal.
Yep. Okay. My turn. I'm going to build a factory. I think probably ought to be wood, given our situation here. I suppose I could also build coal. See why that's appealing? Yeah, let's go ahead and do wood. Let's
Okay.
stick with that.
What? That's another 10.
$10. Yep.
Wood factory.
Oh, not there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Can only reach so far.
Yeah.
Even my long arms can only go so far.
That's gonna maybe put him in the far one just so it's easier to
No,
keep
that
the
works.
2 wood factories
Yeah.
apart.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. That works. Okay. So I only have 6 effort. Unfortunately, I want more than 6. And honestly, I don't really love any of my options. I'm so angry that I didn't do that in the first. It has completely left me 1 move behind everybody. So my only way out without buying a station is right there, right now, without going and just buying the tunnel engineer, which that just feels dirty.
Philanthropy can get you back ahead of people.
It could, but that's not happening.
Love it.
So you know what? Actually, now that I see this, it cost me an extra $20, but I think it's worth it. Do
I did actually take this. I should
Oh,
probably take it.
you probably should. I think I go and hire workers.
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to hire workers. It's not great considering I only have access to the blue and the white city. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll take the blue 1 worker there, and then I will take the gray tunneler from the white city as well. That's going to be a total of 60 guilders.
Checks out.
So 60, get 50 back. That's me. And I probably ought to, get the worker. And that's 7, is that? Yeah. A moment, hold on. Is it insane to spend another 40 for another worker? I think it is.
If you eventually need another worker, buying him now saves you an action, but costs you $10 because all the other workers are going to be 30 versus 40. So as an action worth $10 is your trade-off.
So that leaves me $10 for all of that. And what I want to do, that's not going to allow me to do. Or, you know what? Give me just 1 second. I'm debating between nothing, another worker, or a tunnel engineer. But money is going to be so tight right now. So if I were to build, I can't. The problem is I don't have the extra resources to do what I need to do. So I don't think I can take another worker as much as I would like to, so I'm done. That's it. Purple.
All right. I definitely need to build a factory.
While the building is good.
Well,
Yes.
the building is good.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's going to be, well, what I don't want is wood, because wood would be 20 and it would only net me to a net of 40. If I buy iron, it's only going to cost me 30 and it's going to instantly give me a delivery of 100, so that's a net of 70. And this is also a net of 70.
Yep.
The argument for building the stone factory, since they're both a net of 70, is right now Martin has a stone factory. I doubt he's coming over here, but
Martin has a wood factory.
who has the stone
Ken.
factory?
I have a stone
Ken has
factory.
a stone
Yeah, Ken has
factory.
both.
Also unlikely.
Yeah, also unlikely he's going over there.
Yep.
So it probably doesn't matter.
All right, then pick
so
one.
let's go with the stone one.
Okay.
All right.
So that cost 20.
No, it does not.
It
Oh,
cost 10.
10.
Okay, so
Then you take it.
Yeah.
then I take it.
There you go. And now go ahead and put your three.
I'm going to
stone.
grab this last spot.
You
here.
know, Martin, if you'd like, you can place it on Amstetten.
I thought of that and decided it would be a bad move. All right. So
Just
Go
you
there.
know, wanted to make sure
And
you knew
then
all your options.
immediately, let's use this coal to
Yep.
deliver here as my free action.
And because that is the first to the brown city, the brown
Zero.
is 0, so no change on that.
You
And
do net $80.
$80.
Or not, wait, I guess you net
50.
$70, but you do gain $80.
2, 3. Okay.
Welcome, movie.
Well, that was expected, wasn't? It would have been nice if you hadn't built that factory, because it would have been nice to use that last slot myself. But no, I couldn't have expected you to, because it would have been a foolish move not to have built that factory. So, given that, I've got feel several things straining at my leash here, which is problematic. I think increasing the size of my train is going to be needed because I don't have very much storage spots. If I was going to buy more stuff, I've got nowhere to put it, which is not a good position to be in. So getting train up getting up to a 5 seems like a good move, so I think I'm going to go with a 5 train. Where's the train size? Increase that one, isn't it? So I'll do that and replace my fleet with a 5.
Yes, ma'am.
And take 2 carriages, please. People
Over there. There you
keepers
go.
of the carriages.
Okay. So.
Okay, I have plenty of actions, but I don't. Oh, I can't afford it. Son of a.
Yeah, I need to just wait. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing Martin did, Martin Fowler, that is, but I'm going to do a twist on it, which is to buy a train. I'm going to flat out buy that train, spend
All right.
$50 on
That's
a
nice. We've got
brand
Moolah.
new train. And because I buy it outright, it comes with a coal, which is not
Check so.
unnoticed by me. I'm going to use that coal immediately to deliver a wood down to Sopron.
And you are red.
Yep.
And blue, it's another bump for blue because it's just one. So
And
there
I
we go.
get $70 out of that deal.
And where's the wood?
We just cashed it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right.
Fill up
So you
Sopron.
can check work on how many spaces it's moved up.
Yes.
Yep.
And also, it means no more wood can be delivered to
Yes, that too.
Sopron. Rather important. Since there's 2 of you competing in there.
Yeah, I have a bit of a money crunch right now.
Join the club. Ken's got a very good opening position with the money there. We've to be able to make 2 deliveries. Set him up very nicely.
What I want to do, I can't do for a couple of different reasons. What I would like to do, and I'm already so far behind, I feel like, so I'm not worried about it. That to there, that requires 7. I have 7 effort. What I don't have is the extra iron and the extra, the extra stone and the extra stone to be able to deliver those or to build those track. And so what I want to do then is just spend the $40 to buy them, which I could.
Over the course of 2 turns.
No, I could buy them both now. They hold off here, but I only got spot for 1. And that leaves that action, and then what do I do with those? Well, I'm going to have at least 1 more space, so that means upgrading a train, but I hate the idea of doing that right when we're on the cusp of getting access to the bigger trains.
Yep, I hear that.
At the cost of an action. Not great.
Yeah.
And if I don't build track this turn, these become 3. I mean, then I'm in pretty good shape, but I'm hemmed in as far as space and money. And I don't know what the right answer is on what to do there. Do I pull the trigger? I can't pull the trigger on a contract. Not until I get a train. I need space. I could buy resources. Now, obviously, Martin and Ken don't need stone because they produce stone up top, up there. But I could go ahead. The fact that we have access to 5, I want to use it. I know.
That 5 is mocking me.
Yep. That's why I did this. Expressly so I could get 5 resources out.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's not a bad move.
I have no idea.
You said you were thinking about going. Okay.
He was thinking about this.
Yeah, but I can't do that because I didn't buy the extra worker. I'm only at 7 effort.
I would warn you, you're out of spaces to buy factories, so you really might want to consider coming through here.
Yep.
I'm aware.
but then he needs a tunnel engineer, and he's got a bridge engineer.
Well, you could go like 1, 2. I
Yeah.
realize.
Oh, right, yeah.
But again, that's 8 and not 7.
Yep.
So yeah, I am hating pretty much every decision I've made in this game, which all goes back to that one. Anyway, I digress. What do we do?
Which one?
The,
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I really didn't.
I took it as sincere.
That was definitely a twist.
It wasn't. It
I'm
was.
fine with that.
I mean,
fine.
The decision
Nice
I'm
when you
regretting.
could tell that wasn't what he was trying to do. You could turn it into it if you move quickly enough. You can completely twist his words.
Oh.
I find it's best like when you stick the knife in someone's back, not to
Right.
gloat about it so much. Just hoping.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Hope they come to forget about it so you can do it again.
I have no idea. I legit cannot figure myself out because I'm $10 short no matter how I skin it. I'm either, or not $10 short, I'm one effort short. So, I don't know. I really, really don't know.
Well, if you're $10 short, you can take.
No, it's not. I
Oh, we've taken
misspoke.
it.
Yeah,
It's gross, but you could just build one line and have access to the two.
That's not
I
happening.
was considering doing that at one point earlier on, doing a one-line build, just simply because sometimes.
It's still gross too. You could build these 2 tracks. That's only 7 effort.
No, not true. Oh, already have 2
You
exits
already
out,
have
and I
2
need.
exits out of there. That's true. You can't.
So yeah, this I've put myself
You could
in.
build this and this, or you could build this. Is there any other 30s? Nope.
True. Could do that. Could go to St. Polton. Martin would like.
I like it. It gets me $10, but you get a business opportunity out of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it gets you the 2 factory spaces.
Gets you temporary access to 2 factory spaces.
You don't want. You don't want.
Threateningly.
Take it there first. You're not
I don't. I can't figure out what to do, because it feels like no matter what decision I make. So the question is then, do I buy? No.
Being shut out of factory spaces. Really
I'm aware.
this game.
I'm aware. Give me a minute.
Oh, where to? Well, I'm heading towards factories, but it's going to take me a bit of time to get there.
That's how I got destroyed 2 games ago when I had no factory spaces.
Yeah.
And having other people beat you to those can.
This
can be
is
really hurtful.
this is your planned spot, Martin.
Well, it's also his planned spot now because he's coming this way as well.
I don't have the engineer to do it.
Yet.
Yet. But I was surprised you did that instead of
I didn't
waiting
have the
to
effort.
do that.
Yeah.
Well, even without the effort, just leaving that open because then you could make that move later.
Yeah.
Is it worth the $10? I think it is. You know what?
Because it would immediately give you a factory space.
Yeah, I hate it, and it's not at all what I'm trying to do. But I think I'm going to go ahead and build it.
All right.
This is very tactical and just working on the short term. So
What's the fit? Oh, because you're building the thing.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll go there and up to St. Polton, and that gives me the business opportunity. And the business opportunity is not going to be that, even though I'm short on money. So it's either here or flip. Do I care getting ahead of them?
Well, you wouldn't be anyway with only one.
Not yet.
True.
No, I think money's too tight for me right now. I think I have to do that. I'm done. That's it. I hate it, but that's it.
Okay, I think I am looking forward to next turn, and so I think I'm going to buy resources. They always only go up in price for some reason.
Oh, and that was all 7, by the way.
So can we put that on buy resources, please? I think I am going to buy.
5 coal.
No, right now I'm tempted to buy.
Just
Oh, but thank you for reminding me about the coal.
you are allowed to put the coal in the You don't have to put in the engines.
I think I'm going to buy one of all 4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
60. That's 70.
So 50. 70.
Would you like to buy a 5th?
That is a possibility. So give me a second. Oops, 1 second. These go here. If I buy a 5th, my last action has to be upgrade train because I've only got spots for 4. I don't know that I really want to.
You could build a station as well, right?
I could build a station as well to get me an extra spot. Thank you. That's a good idea. I was considering building a station anyway, but the problem with that is I think I don't want to do that with my last action. So I'm not building a 5th resource. Final decision.
Okay. Martin.
Okay, well, I'm also short of money, so I'm actually going to take $10
All right,
option.
Ken.
Well, that's a relief because I really wanted to buy those resources, and Martin didn't cost me any money. But had Martin had the money and the time, he could have cost me some money over here. So I'm going to buy 24, 60, 80, 90, like that. So the resource I need the most is iron because I don't have an iron factory. Take a couple of those guys.
Stone factory. Stone factory is going to be $20.
Yes, indeed.
But then, oh God. But then I can't. Forget, I'm going to lose one of them. That leaves me 5 effort. Wow.
Workers are tough.
I am in really bad shape.
Ken's looking very strong.
Yeah, I feel like that he's in a good shape. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys feel that way. I am not feeling particularly confident, but
You got lots of workers.
We're just gonna lean into it and say to hell with it. So, is there a difference between 6 and 5? Really? Just gonna go there and 3 stone. Done.
all right.
It is
So,
back to me, is it?
Olivia?
I am going to acquire workers. And I am going to spend the 30 I can buy out of the Brown City right now
Yes, you can.
to get
You and you alone.
2 workers down
Good
here.
position to be in.
That's why I didn't want to buy the train station, even though I really considered it.
Yep.
Because next turn I want to have 10
Yeah.
effort on.
Yep. Seems
Yep.
wise.
And for me, it's going to be buy goods. I'm going to spend 20 to buy a piece of stone.
Stone's now 30 for those scoring at home. Ken?
I really need to run this down. I cannot build track. I have already bought workers. No, I haven't, but I can't afford really to buy workers. I've already built a factory. I could produce, but I can also wait and do that next time. I wonder if it makes a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. Already bought resources. Already upgraded my train. Could take a contract. And I would have enough space. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so maybe that's it. Could advance my influence. I don't think I'm going to do that. Not dropping my share price. Not taking $10. Not passing. So I think it is contract. All right, so I'll take a contract.
Which one?
I think the safest one is stone, iron, coal for 300.
Yeah, the one I was eyeing. Because I already have 2/3 of it.
Yeah. So that one will go up here. I have to take these three friendly items.
And 3 investors.
And 3 investors.
Wait until the audience. They can't see me. I handed it.
I hate all my options. $20. I need workers. I need resources. Yeah, I'm in jail. I could produce, which is what I'm leaning towards doing. Because that gets me 2/3 of a build, but the problem is that I'm sure, oof.
If you're going to produce, you might build another factory now so you get an extra resource when you produce next turn and you take that last spot away from Ken.
Yeah, but the other problem is
Yep.
I'm never building then. Track.
Well, when you produce next turn, would you get one of each resource type? You would build
Sure.
out of it.
What am I going to build?
Without having the effort.
Yeah, it doesn't have any effort. You'd have to hire workers.
Yeah.
Which requires what?
It requires money and influence.
Right, and yeah, so I think I screwed up on turn 2, and I don't know how to recover from it. So I'm not gonna sweat this too much. So looking at, I could buy a wood factory theoretically. Well, I know I'm not going to build next round. I could build a coal factory, and then I worry about just buying wood. There is a bunch of wood that's about to come out, and getting a coal factory would allow me to get keys. The problem is the key.
It's the worst key.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, this may actually be the worst key, but it's a moot point.
Having factories is great. Having resources is great, but if you can't get the workers, because then I'm looking at 3. Yeah, I'm in jail. I like none of my choices. So, when in doubt, start digging. Oh, and if I got a factory, I'd go back on influence as well. So that's not going to happen. Buying resources doesn't make sense. Okay, so here. No. Doesn't make sense. No, not going to happen. Can't. No, seriously? That feels crappy that would give me, 30, that gives me $50 at the beginning of next turn. I have no idea what I'm going to do, so we're just not going to waste time. All right, advance the round marker, give out the hands.
There you go.
Okay. Blue, sir. Yellow, sir. Red, sir.
All right, the wood. Hand me the 3 wood, please. Further up.
Okay.
There you go.
I was thinking like golf club.
Clear your docks. Get your
right.
income.
Here are docks.
Workers.
Turn order hasn't changed. Purple, you're up.
All right, so things I need to do this turn. I can lay track, so that might probably be one of my actions. I can build a factory. I can hire workers. Oh, these come down and these move over. Okay, so I can build track. Build track. Building track is very interesting to start off with first.
Oh, I didn't take income. Sorry.
Hire workers is not something I necessarily want to do right away. Building factory is something I can wait on. The other thing I might want to do is that. We can only buy 2 this round. Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Although I could produce 1 from the factory and then buy the other 2. All right, I'm going to do something a little bit unusual. Let's go ahead and lay track.
Okay.
We've never seen that action in this game before. I need to pay 1 of each. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
I get to lay
Up to 2 normal track.
I think one of them goes through here,
Yep.
and because I'm going to get a delivery for that stone.
Yep. That's nice.
And I think the other one goes to here for 2 bumps in
That's 8.
influence. That's 8. And
You may pay 50. Oh, you don't have
Let's
50. Never mind.
use this to do the free action on the delivery.
Yep.
That gets me
70.
70. 20. 70.
You're still in your turn, so now you have the money to do this, should
Yes.
you so choose.
And it's the higher one, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
so
so
it's
it's 50.
$50 between that and that.
I am definitely going to do that and buy
Okay.
that to get the business opportunity.
All right.
So I get an extra track into here.
Because State Railway, you can't build, you just buy.
It's a free action. Yep.
Yep.
And having done that, is there any other part of my turn? All right, my business opportunity. That's what I'm missing. So I think I am going to flip one of
Okay.
these.
Fowler, you're up.
Well, that unfortunately has completely torpedoed me. My plan was to do these 2 deliveries. I didn't anticipate Martin coming over here because I thought, well, he's got plenty of delivery options, and if he goes down the side of the board there, he's on his own.
Yep.
So it would make sense for him to do so. But unfortunately, he decided to swipe across my position, and that has definitely clobbered me. Because that was my main aim of raising cash. I can't get much money off these without raising my number of investors, and I can't do that without getting my train level up. So yes, I am definitely torpedoed. But the first thing I need to do is also get more factory space, because the reason, of course, I couldn't get here partly was because of the fact that I needed factory options. So I might as well build the track that I was going to build anyway, with a track build, which is the usual 1 of each, plus an extra stone, because I'm building this bridge, and at least it gets me to a place where at some point I'll be able to build some factories, maybe someday.
And it does let you cross that sort of wall of tunnels and bridges, so that now you
Yeah.
have access to more regular track,
So yeah, it
should you
gives
want
me
it.
some potential options there
That's
as well.
6 effort.
And yes, and that's 6 effort, so those 2 are the obvious ones to send up.
All right, Ken, you're up.
Not going to blow anybody's mind here. I'm also building track. Spending 1 of each. Paying Edward $10.
Oh, that actually makes a huge difference. I mean, I'm out, but that's a huge difference for me. Okay.
And heading into Glugnitz. And then on to Tsamba Telly. I'm going to go with that.
Some Bathory, maybe, but yeah, go with it. All right.
One
business
business
with you. I think Ken's
opportunity.
definitely the one to beat in this position.
I'm going to take a share price increase.
Well,
Oh, yeah, Frog will already roam on the board. Because, I mean, though I could see it coming. I could see it coming about 2 moves ago. As soon as he moved here, there was nothing I could see to do to stop it. At least when he built his factory. Been able to build that, I could have just about got in ahead.
so
of
I
him, but
think I do.
that would have been a foolish
and
mistake
do
on his
that. All right. First thing, make sure I get this right.
Oh, and I spent 8 effort, but I don't get to make change, so I'll just spend 9.
We're allowed to buy 2 resources on our dot. That's 10. That's 20. Done. Martin?
Okay, so I don't know if I want to hire workers. I think what I definitely want to do is build a factory, maybe. Let me think. If I build a factory, which color would I build? Likely that. That factory would cost me that amount of money. I am almost, yeah, I'm going to build a factory. So I'm going to build an orange factory for 30. I'm going to take an exhausted worker and I'm going to go in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets 3 cubes.
All right, Martin.
Well, I'm also going to build a factory. I've got 20. That allows me to build a stone factory.
Yes, it does.
So it'll be a stone factory. Of course, goes down here. And I get to put one of these, so it's 4 cubes on it, please. Oh, you did. Oh, perfect.
Ken?
Mm-hmm. I will build a factory as well. I'll spend 40 to build an iron factory. It's 4 cubes on
Where's that going?
Glugnitz.
Not gonna overthink it. $40. I need a 7 train, please. So I need 4 cars.
Yep. 4 cars.
Thanks. Done. Martin?
I think I am going to buy resources.
1 or 2. And what's it gonna be?
I think it might be 1. It has to be 1. I'm going to buy a coal. I'm going to use that coal to instantly deliver this iron here.
$90. 90 bucks.
Okay. 1,
Fowler.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, you haven't taken your action yet. Oh no, you bought and then delivered. You did. Fowler, you're up.
Where's
$10.
where's my second hand supposed to be?
What did you do for your second action?
Build track, built a factory.
Now it's your turn again.
I don't think you guys can run me out of trains, but just in case, I'll buy a train. Spend 20 to take a 70. That also bumps me.
Already got it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and I get
That brings us to Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
2 more of these. Oof.
Let's just produce 1 and an iron up top. That's
Here
me
you go,
done.
sir. Back to me. There's a couple things I'd
No,
like.
you don't get a business opportunity. You get influence bumps. Go ahead. Continue with your turn. Just talking chat. Because the 7 train, as you can see right there, is 2 influence bumps right there.
That is very. At some point, I'm probably going to want a contract and take that money. That contract is interesting. I'm also probably going to want more workers because I need engineers. And I'm also probably going to want a bigger train because I'm running out of space, and I flipped one. I think the one I absolutely have to do is the train. So
This should have moved one.
What? For the delivery.
it's a 0 in the first space. Oh, for the
Yeah,
second delivery,
yeah.
it should have moved
Yep,
one.
you're right.
Yep.
Yep. Good call.
All right, I'm going to spend the 40 and go for a 7 train as well, but what all I'm doing is upgrading my 30
Yep.
train.
So I'm so glad I did that, and now I'm still
I
dead.
don't go up.
Sorry, my bad. Wrong one. Wrong one. 2.
That would be nice, but
That goes out of the game,
Not
and I
close.
get 4 more spaces here.
All right, Mr. Fowler.
I'm really stuck with not very many actions I can do for the rest of this go because of my lack of money.
Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I think if I can get another factory built,
Did that not go on the train?
then that will greatly help my position because that will allow me to
Train.
pull from the factories in order to build more track. So I certainly can't afford to buy any resources with only $10 and only 20 coming in next go. But the remaining iron is 40, so I've got to work my way up. I've got 10. I took the 10. That was why I took that 10, was so that I'd have 10. I'm going to get another 20, and then I'll be able to take that again to get 10 next go. So that leaves me 2 actions. I really need to tread water. I get 1 pass. So actually maybe worth just doing this and grabbing just 1 resource and using this as my pass action effectively.
Ken?
I'm going to produce.
Everything?
I think so.
There. A wood and a stone up top.
Thank you.
But, yep.
I'm in the same position as Martin, honestly. The fact that we have we are what you might call cash poor. And I can't see any other way out of it. Done. Martin, you're up.
I think this last action needs to be. So there's really 2 things I can do. One of them is take a contract to get the money, but I could do that next turn since I'm obviously not going to spend the money this turn since it's my last action. So I delay getting the contract is clear. I could take $10. I could hire workers. The nice thing about hiring workers for the last action is my turn is they will mature
Yes.
for next turn when they train.
Yep.
So there's some argument for that. I could build a factory, but I could do that next turn as well. There's no reason the factory needs to be this turn. The one thing I don't like about hiring workers is if I hire an engineer, I can only hire 1 other worker. It really would be nice if I had more money and waited to hire workers until next turn. Since I built a factory, building a train station is not optimal because I would bump 1 backwards. Although there's something nice about building a train station like in Ferns Field, or even here and heading off to that other city. Furstenfeld. I think if I build. Lastly, the other thing I could do is buy.
It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse.
This is one of those games. You can definitely crash your economy.
Done. Well, no, take your turn. We're just waiting on you.
Yeah.
But I can't even build out a Sopron now because I built that.
Correct.
I need the $40. Like, I'm so in jail. It's not even funny.
But why couldn't you just build out of here?
Train station.
Where?
Zambathelli, Merzerschlag, Furstenfeld.
To what? I'm trying to get down here because I can't build factories. I can't, even if I could build out of Sopron, that's 8 effort, and I'm about to have 7.
That's true.
Yet
Now,
another reason.
I like my plan to build is 10. I'm going to have 9, so we're both buying workers next time.
Oh, are we? Are we? Well, you may be.
I mean, you can always buy workers. It just depends on how much you're willing to spend on it.
Well,
You
have babies.
your share price is currently $40. Just saying, it's an option.
It does live that twist, doesn't it?
So it's pretty much solo streams from now on.
Remember how I said I hated going down here the last time because I felt like I got stuck in the corner? Just did the same damn thing again.
Going across the middle doesn't necessarily help you when you get sideswiped.
Noticed. Yep.
Workers. I am going to hire here. I'm going to hire 1 worker for 10, and I'm going to hire a gray engineer for 30. So that's 40.
Okay.
All right.
Fowler, you're up.
So the obvious thing to do at this point is to pass on the basis that that doesn't do me any damage. But I'm actually thinking maybe getting the 10 is useful. It means I'll be able to move more quickly next go, build the iron factory and get moving again. And the loss of an influence, I'm already last place in turn order. Losing access to the green town is not necessarily such a big deal. I'm going to go back down 1 and take the extra 10.
Ken?
Yep. I'm also going to take $10. Much as I don't like it, it's the right thing to do.
I think... I think I'm in the same boat, but I stay ahead. I mean, I stay third. I don't even really know if that matters at this point.
And you still are able to buy out of 3 cities if that matters.
It really doesn't, but because as long as I can buy out of the 2, I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, again, one thing that's not going to happen is me tanking on my turns. I will say that makes that way quicker. All right, nobody's 1, advance the turn marker. 3 comes out. Give me the resources as well, please. Your dock's clear.
Have your hands, sir.
Thank you. You even gave them to me with their phones.
Get your income.
You okay?
Oh, thank you.
Advance your workers or refresh them, whichever that may be. Thank you.
That's fresh.
Oh, I got 1 more worker hanging out there.
Oh, we got purple,
Thank you.
red, yellow. Done. Purple, you're up.
The pressure is getting to me. All right. One of the things I said I could do this turn is take a contract. I don't know that I want to do that yet. One of the other things said I might want to do this turn is that, which I almost definitely
You can't do that. Okay.
would like to do. So if I do that, may I say that I do, so if I buy,
Oh, that's so gross. That is gross.
Huh. Okay, hold on. Okay. It's not terribly sexy, but at least I see something. I have found a short path.
Oh,
It's
I like it.
It's trivial, but I'll take it. Yeah, there it is. So
I think I am going, well, contract. I am going to take a, yeah, I need the money. I'm going to take a contract,
all right.
and the contract I'm going to take is the 290 contract.
Which one?
The second one. With
This
your
one?
fingers. Yes, that one, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. That gets me 3 investors.
And it also blocks off 3 spots. Yep. And are you taking the investment right now for the 130?
I could do it as a free action, but that's an unlimited free action, so I can just wait till next turn to think about that. So I'll think about that while you guys are taking turns.
Ken, check that. Ken, now we're going
Can I
clockwise.
get the 3
from there.
block markers, please?
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yep. I really have to buy workers. And the garbage thing about this is I don't have enough money to buy one of the special workers, which is what I'd really like to do, but I'm just
I
gonna do
feel
this.
for you.
Yeah, and I can tell you're broken up about it.
Oh, I'm wrecked. So let's see.
Spend 30.
Anything but the Brown City. Right?
Anything but the brown city. Can't think of a good reason. I'm just gonna. I'll take one out of the blue just cause. That's what I'm gonna do.
That actually doesn't help me. Okay. My turn. A moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. We're going to build some track. One of each.
Okay.
And this is going to go, it's going to cost me 8 effort, which is what we got. 1 to Amstatten, and 1 over to Steer.
Oh, look at you.
And there's $10 there. No, that goes to you.
Oh,
Do you have any wood you can deliver?
Huh? No, no, I don't. Neither of us have that
Yet.
yet.
so it's my turn?
Nope. Martin, you're up.
It's me. So, finally enough money to build an ironworks, which is always nice. So I'm going to build factory. That one. For some reason I cannot compute on those symbols at all.
$40.
Which is interesting, because they're upside down, which is the correct way around for me.
Put that back on.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, $40, and I'll put 4 irons, please, on there.
Anything else? Done?
That's all I can do,
Martin, you're up.
I think. Yeah.
All right, so I think I am going to take the $130. And now, what would I like to buy? I think I would like to buy a wood factory.
All right, that's going to cost $20.
Put the hand over too. Don't forget the hand. Wood factory coming your way.
And I think I kind of need to use this guy and take that.
Slightly
that-
less fancy wood
That killed
factory.
me.
Yep. When you connected to this, it was obvious.
Well, I mean, I was going to deliver it this turn, but
Yeah.
the fact that he took the one spot that I
Yep.
had,
Yep.
so, well, never mind.
Yeah, it's nice to be knifed by Martin, isn't it?
So it's me now.
It was defensive.
Building
Defensive
track.
knife.
Building track.
Still put a glory realm up if you like.
Track's going this way. And yes, I would like to take 3 bumps on my share. Yes, I would.
Well, I have no idea what to do now because that was my entire turn. Because I can't build a factory. If I could build a factory, then I'd be able to deliver that, get $70, and be out of jail.
Yeah.
But I can't. So back to square one. I have essentially no money. I have no resources, and I have no workers. And I can't build a factory because I have no spots to build it. That was the only spot that was available to me. Well,
Sorry, not sorry?
Good
little
news is
sorry.
wood is cheap.
Sorry.
So wood and pulling from your factories would allow you to build more rail, which potentially could get you to here where there's some factory spots.
but then
Yes, I mean I feel for you. I'm in a similarly crunched position. Well, not as badly crunched, but it's the similar feeling of being crunched.
I don't want to be non-sporting, but I think I'm so far gone that I think I basically just punt. I can't see a way out of it. That was literally my last gasp. And so it's now become basically I mean, it's been a 2-player race, but I don't see anything I can do to get out of this. So
Feels like all my games are food chain maggot.
and I don't want to take forever on my turns when it's moot. The idea of getting contracts right now terrifies me because I'm not anywhere near being able to build down there because I can't get enough stuff. So you know what? Let's just... We can buy 3 resources. I'm only buying 2 of it. We're going to buy 2 wood for 30. That's me. Done.
That's you, Martin, right?
Okay, so I pull resources, one from each of my factories.
And the wood one up there.
Set me up for a track build next go.
Martin, go.
I am. I think I buy a train station. So 30, this, and Furstenfeld.
Or hand.
And that bumps me back 10 on the influence as well.
Which probably won't hurt you too bad.
Probably not.
Ken, you're up.
I'm going to take a contract. I will take the 2 wood, please.
2 wood is the 180 right there.
Yep.
Okay. And 2 investors and
That's-
block off 2 spots.
Yeah, blocked off the 2 spots already. The 2
Okay.
investors is the key thing. I'm going to go ahead and use a free action to get $180.
See, yep, checks out. Okay.
Oh, I can't throw them back in there though.
No, no.
As much as I'd like to.
Yeah, I'm sure they would not appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and produce the iron and stone, please.
Oh, okay.
It's me. Martin, you're up.
So now I'm ready to make a track build, and then I'm faced with a decision that I haven't really easily come to a conclusion about. 2 directions I can go. Direction 1 is Graz and here. That's a nice straightforward move. It requires 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
actually,
only
I
have
can't.
9.
I only have 9. Oh. That's it. I was thinking perhaps of going over here, which I can do because I've got the extra stone and I've got the bridge engineer. Sets me up nicely for Ljubljana and the directions to Trieste, which is quite nice.
Once you hire more workers, but yes.
Yep. So that's quite and of course then I've got possibilities of delivering to Graz. I need to get my hands on some coal, but that can be acquired and that can help me push my money out. Also, as I get closer, I'll be more comfortable at getting necessarily trains and contracts to try and do something with all that investor position I've laid up in. The other option, the disadvantage of going this way is I've got a feeling I'm going to get some competition. Martin's hovering around here. He's probably got his eye on getting to Graz. He's got a bridge engineer, so he can certainly get there. Ken's, of course, hovering around here, and we all know what Ken's like.
Well,
So
don't have a lot of choices except for Maribor.
Martin has no resources, and he does have room to buy them, and he does have the cash, but he doesn't have them currently.
yeah, but I mean that's
He could also just
he's-
produce them.
He's in a position
Or
to
that.
get around in that kind of situation. So the other possibility actually might be to sidle off in this direction, where I thought Martin was going to go, because it would be without competition. I've got an iron delivery right away, which I can summon up and use, which will help me build up some capital. I've got a factory spot there. I've got this city, which I can obviously make quite a lot of deliveries to, and I'll probably be all on my own if I need more cash. And the route is a little bit more awkward to get down towards Trieste, but I feel I can probably get there. And there's also another nice factory spot here. And I'm not in competition with people. I do like not being in competition with people. I'm just not a competitive guy. So it's going to be that option. I'm going to go shooting over in this direction.
No, sir, you're not.
It's another tenner, isn't it?
You are correct, sir.
I keep forgetting
Why
that.
is it a tenner? Oh, so it is.
10-point route. That's true. I keep forgetting the pesky little effort markers. So, well, I haven't got the money to hire people, so there's nothing I can do about that. But what I could do, of course, is just build the 1 slot.
You could.
That would get me here. And it's a shame to only build the 1, but on the
Boy,
other
that
hand,
iron delivery sure is nice, though.
the iron delivery would get me out of a lot of money issues, and then I would have the 9 to do that
Next turn.
Yeah, that works
which I
out.
can do quite nicely. So yeah, I think I'm going to go that way. So,
Okay, so-
I'm still going to do the 3. I'm only going to exhaust 2 of those workers.
Yep.
And I need the extra. Oh no, I don't need extra stone because I'm just doing the simple.
And then you don't have coal to deliver.
True, but that can be obtained.
That is a fact. Martin.
So that was mine.
Okay.
Martin's not a competitive gamer and Ken's a team player.
Isn't it nice to have a reputation?
I could do.
Well, I will say this. I'm looking forward to when this is over, going home, playing some Days Gone, and killing some zombies. That's taking out all my angst. And here's the thing. Like, I'm not, waving to wait. I am. I 100% have, and that's not in my nature, but I really cannot see a way out of this at this point, and I don't want to drag things down and slow it down. So this is... Yeah, this is so. I think there's a benefit here of showing folks what not to do or the pitfalls to be aware of. So, hey, mission accomplished.
Like the idea of buying resources.
Just the broad idea.
Yeah, it's a.
Not any resources in specific.
All right, so
Have a good
have I
night,
done
Rocky.
that yet? I don't think I have. So that's
Black
this
one.
action right here.
Yep.
Yep.
I could buy up to 3 for next turn, or I could buy 1 instantly right now. I think I buy for next turn, and I buy a gray, a orange,
One more, max.
and if I buy,
Have a good one, Alyssa. Thanks for hanging out.
yeah, give me the coal.
All right, 60 all day. Ken, you're up.
There's a 110 and take 50 back.
Fix it.
Yep.
Chips.
Yep.
Well, file under makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit. I'm going to hire workers a second time and go back on the influence track. And I still can't access the cheap workers in that nice city over there. I'm going to spend $60 total on one of these.
So worker and an engineer. Which one?
And we'll say this guy.
Little tunneler.
Didn't really think
Depending
too
on what
carefully.
you've got traction.
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
took-
you know, maybe I should hold off.
philanthropize first, and then you would get this cheaper access to a cheaper city. Yeah. It's an extra action, but on the other hand, it may be better for you.
I think I need to produce resources with my other action this turn to be prepared for the start of next turn. So, fortunately, got to do it that way. But I don't like it. I'll tell you that.
I took
don't
10
like it.
bucks. Fowler, you're up.
$10. Because
Martin, you're up.
Okay.
No, not yeah, no. I don't mean it that way. I just.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to build track. Like, I have the wood coming in. I have one more stone I can produce. I can buy an iron. And of course, there's no iron coming out until round 8, but I don't think we make it. I pray to God we don't make it to round 8. I'm so glad I bought that engineer.
It's going to come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you convinced me. I'm going to hire workers.
All right.
All right. So,
You have access to ones at $20.
yeah, I'm going to take at least one of the 20 and the orange guy.
Okay.
I don't want to take him off the brown space. When I took the gray guy off the brown space, I wasn't even really thinking about it.
Take him off the blue space. It would prevent Martin from taking him.
Sold.
So,
So
50
you're
bucks.
yeah.
And get your worker. Ken?
Producing resources as telegraphed last time.
One here, and Martin? Red.
Right.
There's a
Yep,
brown and a
you got
gray
it.
available.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, I could take a contract. Ironically, with my stone and iron, I can only complete a single right now. But the idea of completing a contract is just punishing. So do I care if I go back in influence? I do because I lose access to the Green City. I think that's kind of a moot point. Passing feels gross, but again, getting back to this, I can't see how any of it. I'm going to either need money to buy resources or to hire workers, so that's fine. Mr. Fowler?
$10 is not going to buy me some coal. That's unfortunate, although not exactly unpredictable. Earlier on, I was thinking it wasn't worth trying to drop my share price and pushing it through the contract up to try and get some money that way, because I would be able to get my financing going in this round, but I miscalculated that. But I still don't think it's worth doing now. It would just be a lost opportunity, so I'm going to pass. Not think it through anymore.
All right, end of the round. Advance the round marker. And, yep,
Goods come out.
there you go. Clear your docks.
Yep.
Income.
Come back.
Get your
Thank you.
income, y'all.
2040.
Refresh your workers or advance them as it may be. Turn order purple, red, blue, yellow. Martin, go. Oh, right. You probably ought to take this.
All right.
A bit.
I think the first thing I do is spend this coal to do a delivery. And I'm going to deliver this to here for $60.
Mm-hmm.
That's a free action.
Yep.
All right. Now, I think the second thing I do is that's ugly. All right. So, do I want a train for extra space? Train for extra space is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think I actually need that extra space. So I think I am, so train is one of the things I need to do. So if I produce now, I don't have the space. I can't do that. I can't do that. That is an interesting option. The train cost 40. That leaves me $80 to spend buying the cheapest train. Let's hold off on the train. And instead let's buy resources for next turn.
Back to 3 of them. What's it going to be?
It's going to be 2 grays
40.
and a looking at what I can produce. An orange.
That looks like 70 all day. Ken, you're up.
So if I build a train station, takes an action, it costs whatever it shows on here. And all I get out of it is the ability to build multiple directions, right?
No.
And you
And you
unlock
get-
a slot and $10 income.
Both of those as well. Yep.
But no,
Not exciting.
Well, it's not. Hey, you asked it. That's all. Said no.
yeah, fair, I guess. I still think it's the right thing to do. All right, so I got two. Oh, here they are. I'm gonna build track. I'm gonna spend 10 effort and one of each plus an extra iron to build through Maribor
That's the extra iron,
and up into Graz.
and that is 10.
I will then make a delivery of that iron immediately
And your
to
coal.
Graz. Yep, and my coal.
It's gonna be $90. Green goes up 1. Done,
That's it.
Mr. Fowler.
I will produce goods.
Coloring up here.
One of each. Actually, no, I won't produce goods. One of each. I will produce goods later, one of each, but no, I can't wait. I should buy coal now in case the price goes up.
20.
Yep. And that goes there. And I'll put these back. I'll be grabbing them soon anyway.
My question is, are you delivering anything now? Because you have the
Yes,
coal?
that's
Okay.
true. I can deliver, can't I?
Yes.
So do that. Spend the coal.
And that's $90.
$90, and I'm no longer
Strapped.
as a church mouse.
Right. Not terribly exciting, but we're going to build just a single Huya of track. Paying 5, even though it's only 4, going down to high flow. Done.
Okay. I think my plan was to build a train. So I'm going to stick with that plan and build a train. Can you put that on the train, please? And I'm just going to take this.
Comes with a coal.
It does come with a coal. I forgot that was.
That is a not insignificant bonus
Yes,
of building.
I was
the
trying.
train.
No, I'm not done. I'm going to take a free action. So give me a moment.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not going to take a free action, but just give me a moment. So I'm building that train for
Yep.
40. I've already paid for it. I have the coal. I don't think there's. Nope. All right, I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to buy resources. While they're expensive.
Makes sense. I mean,
I can get 3, right? It's a 3
Yeah, yep.
turn. Okay, so yeah, so that's 80, I think, in
yep,
total,
it
right?
was. Martin?
Okay, now I'll produce the resources. I'll set me up for track build.
Building a factory. For 20, it's a coal factory.
First coal factory in the game. Congratulations on your enterprise.
Thanks. It's going to be this guy, which is going to be 3 coal.
Coaling it up.
2 of them there, and 1 of them's going over to steer.
That's a good one.
That gets the glory to Rome.
So,
The 10 and 20 he paid to come over my track is probably well worth the 70 points he's taking.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
considering you gutted my game, I don't feel bad. All right. You're up.
Okay, I think I need to produce now. I don't know where the produce spot is. There we go. And I am taking this. Oh, yeah. Did I make a mistake?
Good call. The Brown City jumps up 1. Cool, an extra 10 points.
Yeah.
Stone. I am purple, right? Okay. Iron and wood. I took one of each. I'm good. I
Ken?
am. No, I can do now. Oh, yep, I'm done.
I'm also going to build a factory. It's also going to be a coal factory. And use this guy, because I don't think I really need a whole hell of a lot of coal. Build it here. Yeah,
And done. Martin?
do that.
I will build track with the extra thing for the bridge. And then
Oh,
get
I'm gonna
here
grab
and
this.
Here. I will take
That's
2
nine,
business
yeah.
opportunities, and I will use them to send my influence up by 3, please.
Yeah,
Oh,
3.
that's
Yep.
boring.
I need to get above that advancing green.
And my turn. Not terribly exciting, but we're just gonna go ahead and buy the 1 resource. It's 20 bucks. That's a coal. I get it immediately. Let's go and deliver. I'm not allowed to get both keys for the green city, so I guess, even though it's not terribly exciting, I'm never going to get there in time. So yeah, the obvious is going to be blue, and blue bumps 1, and I'll take my key. Done. Martin? That's the plan, Cosmic Andy. Well, at least 2 keys. Woo!
Sounded good.
My shot has been taken. So.
It is really amazing how quickly you can run through money in this game.
Much like life.
I just took 180 bucks and I delivered a stupid iron for 90. How do I not have more money?
You've got a lot of money there.
I'm about
One
to
of those
run.
black chip
I'm about to
thingies.
run out. I'm about to run out.
It is kind of like that.
I mean, I could have less money, admittedly. But I don't have as much money as I would like.
Hey, Ken.
That's like life.
I am going to build track. And
There?
that's a possibility.
Like, are you all trying to extend this? Like, I'm just waiting to be taken out back behind the barn and shot.
I'm not even sure I necessarily want us to get to Trieste. It seems to benefit Ken a lot more than it would benefit me at the moment.
Do me a favor, take your contract, put it above your board. There you go.
I kind of like the idea of.
Well, Martin, we're getting to Trieste before the end of the game. So I probably can't do it next turn, but I can certainly do it in turn 8. So
Yeah, it's very hard to prevent someone getting to Trieste.
yeah.
So I think one of them is definitely this.
Yep.
And I got to pay 1 of each.
Yeah.
And there's the extra coal for going over that
Right.
Or stone.
stone. The other one.
Could be done this way if you want those business opportunities. They're very
Well, I've got a
exciting business
station here.
opportunities.
I could. Yes, I could
Oh,
do
you could
that.
go the other direction. Yep. Get access to those factories, which wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, I'm going to be using that so he matures. And that's going to be 120. It's going to be enough for whatever I pay. I might move one of them back down. But the other one, there's a couple interesting things. What I'm thinking is, one of them is I could just pay Ken 10
To get into Grots and be able to make deliveries.
Be able to make deliveries.
Yeah.
And that is appealing to me. I could go here
Yep.
as well.
Which puts you one build away from Trieste.
Which puts me one build away from Trieste for next turn.
Yep.
And that's nice too. And for resources on the board,
How much should we start with? 140?
Yeah.
Okay, I should be able to get that at least.
the delivery of a wood is worth how much? Nah.
Third time's the charm.
Not liking it. I'm doing this.
All right. So you're spending. You
pays the
can't spend
extra
from
iron.
there, but you can spend that last
I
one
can
there.
spend this last one here.
Yep.
And that's 8, so move 1 down. There you go. That it? Any delivery? Yeah, any deliveries or anything?
No.
Okay. Ken?
Producing resources. I get a coal and an iron, and I will use that coal to deliver the other coal here,
I assume that was going to happen.
which makes that go 2.
Yep.
And that'll go around there.
You just throw it over here if you want. That way you know it's on your board. Okay. Mr. Fowler?
It's time to start doing something about contracts, I think. I'm waiting a long time, so I'll take this contract. That will cost me 3 spots to use up on my train.
And 3 investors.
And I get
Please.
3 investors.
$10. Done.
Thank you.
Martin, go. Right back.
So one of the things I'm potentially considering is producing resources.
That makes sense. Because what would you produce right now? You produce
Iron, wood,
yeah.
The other thing I'm considering doing instead is building a factory. Have I built this turn? Where's the factory build action? It's this one here?
It is.
Yeah. But I am not going to do that.
Because you don't have any money.
Because I don't have any money. So I think instead I produce resources.
All right. Sort of helped you make your decision.
Produce resources.
It is going to cost you one of these.
Yep.
You're okay with that? Yep.
His influence is pretty high anyway, so.
Yep.
And producing resources, I am going to take... Well, I'm definitely taking...
Not sure if you're going to take
I'm
the...
not sure if I'm taking that, but
Okay.
if I take this one here, then next turn I have enough to build and go over a gray. So that guarantees me Trieste.
Yes.
It simply does.
Yep.
Okay.
Ken?
All right.
I'm just trying to decide whether to take this iron.
I can probably go.
Go ahead.
I don't think
I'm
my
not
action
taking the
will.
iron.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I will build at the cost of an influence. Build a train station for 50.
Did you go back one?
I did.
Okay.
It'll be here. And that'll come off the board.
Mr. Fowler.
Time for me to do some train upgrading. Train upgrading. I'm going to upgrade that 50 to a 70. Oops, a 70. That will increase my influence by 2.
Nicely done.
And 2 cars.
And 2 cards, yes.
You got both.
So I am going to need to produce, and it doesn't cost me anything to do so. So there, and that's my last. I guess I could produce that coal also, but I think I keep that in my back pocket. So I'm just producing that. Done. It's the end of the round. We haven't made it. Advance the round marker.
Oh, I spent this coal
I
to
believe you.
put that in there.
And resources. 4 is the max on your resources. 4 is max on your docks.
Okay. Oh, that guy trains. That's nice. A little.
Your dock's empty. Get your income.
Now 40.
And 40.
20 still.
Advanced workers, however that may be. What do we got? Purple, blue, red,
Oh.
yellow?
I've got my hands. Did I not take my final go?
No, you did.
I must have slipped. Yeah, I must have.
What
Don't
did
worry about
you-
it. I must have missed.
You missed one at some point because you've taken your actions every turn.
Is there one you thought you meant to do, but you?
Let's not worry about it. If I've slipped an action, I've slipped an action.
I don't think you did.
That's why. I don't think I did either, so
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't worry about it.
All right.
I must have just forgot
The
to put
peanut
my hand
gallery
down.
would have yelled at us. I
Yeah.
would think
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
Thank you, Martin.
I assume this is going to be the last round. All right, Martin, you're up.
Oh, I'll get these off my dock.
So, I definitely want to build track. I definitely want to do that. So I build track first.
What?
Yeah, just realised something. That's
Oh.
all.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I...
Do that.
That's interesting. So there is some advantage to me trying to delay it around if I think I could get to here.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I think the first thing I do is I build a factory. So I am going to build a coal factory.
Yep, that seems to make sense. Oh, goes there. One of your many 3-level workers can go out.
So
Where's it going?
that leaves me 120 in effort, and connecting to there is only
8.
8. Nope, the first thing I do is not build a factory. I'm sorry. The first thing I do is lay track because I want the...
Oh, you want to go this way?
Yeah, I
The
want to go
fancy
that way.
way.
I want these guys exhausted first before I spend them for whatever, right? So there's 80 effort and the extra
go this
stone.
way. Right?
That would be more.
Also gives you business opportunities, and you have.
Well,
you have
sure,
more
I
than
could just as
13,
easily
right?
do this, right?
You
It's a
could.
longer path for deliveries.
it will get me $10 extra is what you're saying.
$20 extra per person using your track. If I contact you at the before there.
Yeah.
And they're not getting into what's it, Gorska.
Yep.
Gorka.
That's true, but the reason I probably don't want to do that and want to do this instead is it gets me a lesser key to here.
Okay, then do
Right.
it.
So
Yeah.
let me.
You need a station to do that.
Here,
Yeah.
First, let's pay this.
Not only do you need a station, but you can't build a station in
Yeah,
that place.
so that's
you're
not
right.
happening.
But I could do. You're right. I can't do that.
No, you've already got a station here.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I would
You
need to spend an extra gray that I don't have.
you don't have.
I could
Right.
buy a gray first. What did I do with my $50?
You were going to build a
I was going to build
factory.
but let's indeed do that.
Okay.
So
And you don't have to spend the gray.
I don't have to
Yeah.
spend the gray. And let's take the 3 business opportunities.
Yep.
And I don't know if there's any reason to bump stock price at this point. So maybe what I just do is bump influence 3 times.
Okay.
The other thing I could do with it, other than bumping influence, is flip things, but there's not going to be another round. So income.
Well,
we
you
take our
will get
income one more
income
time.
at the end of the game.
Does this happen now?
It will once.
Yeah.
Let him finish this train
Yeah.
of thought.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, 11.
So that's going to be $110. And do I really want to bump that high? I'm not going to be getting keys here. So the question is then,
I can't imagine why you wouldn't take the income.
I don't necessarily agree with you guys
Okay.
that that's not better. You know why?
Well, you can't do that because you haven't built a station.
Oh, you're right. So I can do
You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why is I think I have to give this $10.
You owe
back.
$10. Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
The reason why is if you guys were building here and Ken connected there, his route would be shorter, and you wouldn't have to use my track even though it's longer.
Okay. Done?
Done.
Ken. Martin, check that.
Okay, I am going to build a factory. It's going to be a wood factory. It's going to go here. And
And
it will
that
cost
was-
me, how much is it? 20 for a wood factory at the moment?
Yep.
So it'll cost me 20. And get 4 woods on there. Thank you.
Okay.
And you guys. Okay, I need to actually do what Martin does sometimes and think out the entire round. I apologize.
Yeah.
I think I need to go here because that's going to bump one more time. Probably. I don't know why Edward wouldn't deliver a coal there and get more points. Or did you already put a coal there?
You already put a coal there. You can't deliver there.
Do
again.
you have a coal?
I don't have a coal to deliver.
Okay. But you're going to build a coal factory.
That's entirely possible.
Seems likely. So, and that's a place you could go, probably where you will go, because I don't know if you can go anywhere else. So that's going to go up one more time. So I need to go 60 there. So that's certainly something I have to do. It makes sense to do that first because I got to get that guy. Because I absolutely can build to Trieste this turn. I'm just going to have to be a little creative about it. So, but I think the first thing I need to do actually to ensure you guys got an extra iron, but if I'm going to get the tunnel, I need an extra stone as well. So I need to buy 1 resource for $30.
And the
That'll
stone.
come into my possession immediately. Yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
Yeah, we're just gonna take $10 and we'll figure it out from there because I am crunched no matter what I do. Martin, go. Factory?
Yes, factory. Coal factory.
Hold on, what'd you do? You built track. Okay. Coal factory, 20 bucks?
20
Or
bucks.
30, is it? No, it's 30.
Okay. This coal factory. And let's put 4 of them out there. All right. And one of them is going to take a free action to deliver to here.
Go ahead and just put it on there.
Now, is that the only one that I'm connected to? I think it is. So
Yep.
that gets me this.
Little key, which still better than maybe the white will be for the big key. So
Maybe, and does that cause the brown city to bump you?
Already did.
All right.
Martin?
Resources, wood, iron,
you got a stone if you like.
Yep.
stone.
That sounds like a track build.
Yep.
Ken?
I'm going to bump influence by 60. So to there.
All right. All right. I would need resources to build, but why would I bother building track? Begs the question. So I can't figure out a reason why I would do that. Spending 40 to get 10 doesn't seem to make sense. Martin, your windscreen. This is actually really interesting. So, a moment. Oh, gotcha. No, you're fine. That's for the last turn.
Yep. Can you?
I gotcha.
So, building track costs me money to get resources, and I can't get there, nor can I get there. So, that doesn't make sense. Buying workers doesn't make sense. Building a factory to get resources that I don't need doesn't make sense. I guess I could produce to stall, pass for another. I could get a contract, but assuming Ken makes it, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5, 6. I'm paying him 120 to get 170, 120 of which goes to him, 50 goes to me. Doesn't really make a lot of
That
sense.
doesn't seem like a.
Only 60. Those 4 will go to him. These last 2, once you get to here, would at the moment go to me.
Doesn't matter, it doesn't come to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So getting contracts doesn't make sense. So in other words, produce, done.
I think I have to take a contract. And let me take that gray one before maybe Martin does.
Which gray
The
one?
single 70.
Martin, you're up.
Yeah, that probably hurt me, but oh well.
Give me a blocker.
Kind of small.
Yes.
I will not build track. I will buy resources. I
Okay.
will spend $30 for a piece of stone, please.
$30 for a piece
It
of
goes
stone.
directly to my station holding area.
Ken? Have a good night, Barrymore.
Got to spend $30 on that tunnel engineer.
Sounds thrilled.
Nothing like it.
To me,
Yep.
conserve money. You know what? Hold on one second. Hold on. We now, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. $10.
Yep.
Take a train, please.
And
And
a
8.
triple bump, right?
Huh? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Now this kind of makes sense. And a car that I won't need. Thank you. Done.
Yep.
All right. I think I have to take a defensive move.
Okay.
It is ugly. I think on Ken's last turn, he's going to connect into Trieste. He's going to get the money. And then what's Ken going to do on his second to last turn? I think the answer is buy his influence all the way up to 200 so they use his track instead of mine. So if I buy my influence up to 200 right now, they use my track instead of his. And even if he buys up, I'll be higher on the influence track. So I think I've got to buy influence and do that.
$40.
Yep. So It's horrible, but I think it's a required defensive move to guarantee.
Mr.
Okay,
Fowler.
I build track
Were you planning on that?
No.
with the
No,
extra. With
it
the
would have been a
extra
good
stone.
move.
I only have 6 worker minutes, but fortunately 2 and 3 is only 5.
Checks out. And the extra stone as well.
What I have.
Got it.
Yep.
There you go.
And that gets me into Ljubljana, which means I'm not going to be spending an obscene price to make that 270 contract.
That actually seems downright tidy, actually.
Oh, I know what you were going to do with your last. You were going to buy a wood
Ken?
factory. I'd need
Have
to
to.
spend that 40.
Have to. Yeah, and so whether I connect through here or not, Martin is still going to pay Martin for the contract because of the influence situation,
Fact.
right? Okay, so I'm going to go the other way. So building track.
That's 11. That's going to be 11
Yep.
effort, which you have.
Yep. Spending it all. Mm-hmm. And building through here.
So it's one of each and an extra stone and iron, which you have. Okay. And you get one business
One
opportunity.
business opportunity.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $100.
Okay. And that doesn't seem like a good idea because that actually would keep me from doing this. There's no way I'm ending up with $1,800 at the end of the game.
Seems
so
reasonable.
$180 for 10% is a good
got you.
trade.
Go ahead.
Well, I actually don't have to do that now because I'm liquid, so I'll just do it at the end. But
I'll just get it ready
it's in
for
the
you.
plan.
There you go.
But that's it. I don't nothing. Oh, so then I would flip this for income, right? Because I score income one more time. So $10 is $10.
Okay. My penultimate turn, I'm trying to
If I
figure
somehow had
out.
one more action, then I could have like taken another contract too. But
Yeah, I was 1 action short being able to grab.
How would
his
another
contract.
contract help you?
Well, so-
It wouldn't be fulfillable. You'd lose the points.
So
for it.
then I could, maybe potentially bump that, and then. Oh, you're right. It would have cost me
It
money.
would cost you.
Yeah.
If I lose by 8 times $40, so if I lose by 32, then it was because I didn't see you had the empty contract. He
Yeah.
wasn't going to bump his influence up because he was going to have
Right.
to finish this contract.
Yeah.
So I definitely made a mistake, but 32 points. Made a
Yeah.
mistake.
So this is worth 3 points for me if I paid the $10 to do that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I have that, and I'm $1 short to go there, which would be worth 7 points.
But so pay 1 to get 3, basically, right?
That, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, just straight up.
Yep. It's a net plus.
Here we go. Done. Last action.
I think I take $10 because I don't think anything else nets me anything, right?
All right, take your 10. Mr. Fowler.
So my choice is similar to Edward's. I could pay $10 to bump my train up by 3, which would send me over the brown.
Which is worth 4 points.
Yep. Or I could do this action, drop this down,
I
and
need to
take
do my free
130,
action too. 130.
which is going to be.
Way more.
Wait,
I don't know the math, but
so I
it's
think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do that and take 130, which I could have done a long time ago had I not decided to push this up so high at the beginning of the game. That was an error, as it turned out, but there we are.
And Ken?
So, got some actions and some free actions coming up here. The action is building a factory,
Yep.
and that is costing $30.
For the wood factory.
The wood factory. Wood factory is going to come on the board. The only workers I got are 3 workers. So I'll get 4 wood. I don't have a goal. I can't.
You
go
don't.
for it.
So here's your free action.
Yeah.
And I know you would love to throw away the investor. However, he's going to take 10%.
Fine.
And we're going to need to, yeah.
And for my last action, I can't come up with anything that doesn't cost me money that helps. Because the fact that the closest I have is here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's $120. A single contract is 90. Nope.
Can you fulfill any of the doubles?
No.
Yeah, you can't. That stinks.
It worked out perfectly that I cannot complete. Once you took that one cut, I think it was you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, then it was moot. So
that matches you exactly, doesn't
done.
it? Yeah.
So, all right. So we here we go. Everybody get your income one more time.
Looks like 50 for
40.
me.
20. Nice round number.
All right. So keys.
Spending
Hey,
50 for 100.
brown key, 140 for yours truly. I'm at least in the black.
And small brown key is 70.
Small brown key will be 70.
Okay.
Big green key, 110.
Big green is 110. Yep. Little green nobody took. And that, what am I missing?
White. There's nobody took the whites because they suck.
And the blue, I guess.
There and
Oh, sorry. The blue is 70 for me.
Well, there you go.
That's it, right? Those are the only keys.
Yep.
All right. So purple, you're getting 100. Red, you're getting 100.
Okay.
Martin and I each get 60. All right, contracts. Let's start with the guy who owes. That'd be Martin. You completed for 270. You owe 20 of it to Martin, so you got 250.
yep.
Both of you completed your contracts. Get your money. And then minus the investors. And I just have to do math.
I still need to get. We about Edward. Did you take any contracts? You did
No.
take any
Did not.
contracts? Oh,
No.
you did not.
Why would I give people more money than I can make?
Yeah, you won.
1, 2, 3, 10.
What is it?
310.
Well,
Finished in the black.
maybe
Hey.
maybe 500 next time.
So I literally, from the second move of the
You just
first
knew.
turn,
You just knew.
It just,
Yeah.
I was completely thrown. And Mr. Fowler?
Sorry, I'm having trouble with my this calculator works.
We can always manually do it if need be.
Yeah, it's 510 minus 51.
510, 40, 60, 59, 459.
That sounds.
459. Yep, that's it.
That's karma for the 500 jab to me
Yeah.
that you couldn't hit it either.
Yep. Certainly did it.
So you were 648?
648.
So what were the scores again? Ken was
Ken won.
I was 832.
Yep.
832. Martin was 648, and Edward was
Not. What was it? It was 1, 2, 3, 310.
310.
All right.
This 32 mistake didn't cost me that much. Oh, we're gonna do Roundtable. Let's.
Yeah.
So start with Ken. You won. Go.
I think the variable setup is a big improvement over the standard game, just because I think the standard game would get scripted pretty fast. Curious to see what the other layouts would bring. It is very satisfying to make it into Trieste, which I didn't do last time.
No.
It is like, it really does take some doing. Like, you
Yes,
can do
it
it,
does.
but it really does take some doing. So, I still would like to see a strategy that doesn't lean on building factories win.
Edward nearly did it. He was last time. He was one. Just if it had gone on one more round, he would have smoked us.
Yeah.
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 And to be honest with you, I made a mistake in what contract I took in the last game.
Yeah.
Had I done that, it would have made a difference. I still wouldn't have won, but it wouldn't have been as catastrophic as it was.
Right.
By not by failing on 2 contracts instead of just 1. But yeah.
But getting those 2 early deliveries just felt like it was such a huge deal for me, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Early deliveries do make a difference.
I think early deliveries or early divesting, I think, is huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically what I'm saying is the influx of cash.
Right.
Getting liquid early is huge.
Just makes a huge difference in being
Huge
able to do
difference.
things like
Yep.
buy a bunch of workers,
Yep.
all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Christopher. No, Ken. He didn't want your opinion. He was saying you won, Ken. Go. And as somebody wrote, cash is king. That 100%. You have to get liquidity early, as soon as possible.
Yep.
So go ahead.
So the variable setup changes that a little. In the fixed setup, there's 2 cities that are within 2 squares.
Right.
And so all 4 people, where they are, there's 2 paths to connect to them.
Everybody should be able to make deliveries.
Everybody should be able to make deliveries.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I take that back. If you're willing to lay track over someone else, everyone could connect to just 1 city on the first turn.
That's true. Might get pricey.
But it's only $20.
And still, not everybody will be able to make deliveries because there's only 3 goods you can deliver. So one person will be left out.
Mm-hmm. You could deliver 4 goods, but for cash. Right, yeah, totally. Yep.
So I wasn't, when I, at the beginning turn, said with my first move order, what I had been originally planning to do when I looked at it was connect to Sopron.
Yep.
And then I said, on just a whim,
Right.
WTH.
Let's try this. Yeah.
Let's try this and see how it goes.
Yep.
And it didn't work out that well. I think deliveries are king, even for the coal. I only ended up connected to 1 hub city. I think that's what hurt me and gave me second place. But excellent play, Ken.
Yeah. I the other thing, so if you go and you do this right on the first turn, and then you take a train, obviously, and then you take 2-3 contracts, and you get $480. Can you make that work?
Well, it's worth a try sometime.
Right?
I don't know if 2-3 contracts is good because 6 factories might be hard. Getting 6 spaces, most of us only got 4 factories. You got 5.
Right.
I think 6 factories might be a pull, but doing what you said and doing a 3 and a 2 right away on the first turn,
Right.
Might be a good strategy. I think at least 100 of the dollars that you beat me by, where twice you took investors at 180 and twice I took them at 130.
Yep. So that's $100.
That's $100.
Yep.
And a 32-point mistake I made in the last round, I think you still would have beat me by about $20-30 or so.
Yeah.
But definitely mistakes were made. I think we see a little bit of a hiccup in the game where it's easy to get behind and then feel like you can't catch up. There's no catch-up mechanism.
Oh, no, especially when you have players that are actively blocking you, which you should.
Right.
I mean, understand, I get that about this. And, I wasn't entirely bitter. I kind of I knew the potential because I had to telegraph it.
Yeah.
In that when I came over here, I wanted to have the wood factory built, but I didn't have the factory space before I telegraphed it so I could deliver immediately.
Yeah.
So, it just,
what was the move on turn 2 that sunk you?
the fact that I didn't do this to get the 3, which would have given me the extra 180 income over the course of the game with the 30 early, and then be able to use that money to then buy a train.
Yeah.
And now I'm not only in about the same spot I would have been monetarily, but now I have residual income. I'm getting 40 every turn instead of
10 or
10.
whatever. Yeah.
And I think that and it kind of, if Martin was going to build where he did, that would have been an extra $10. It's only $10, but early in the game, oh man, $10 here or there is massive, especially when resources are 10 or $20.
Yep.
Factories are 10, 20, 30. $10 is huge. So I should have gone with that, but then when I didn't, at that point, all I was doing what other people were doing, but doing it behind them.
Yeah.
Which is a recipe for disaster. And I tried to pivot, and I heard Ross in my head, pivot, and it didn't work out.
It kind of makes it harder for me to say, I think last time when we played this, I said this isn't a game I would take to the library and teach novices, right? Because
it's player elimination effectively.
Yeah.
Which I'm totally fine with, because ultimately, who screwed himself? Me. Right. So I'm fine with that. If you're a new player, probably not the direction. But with the caveat, depends on the person. Because if they're the type of person that really wants to learn from their mistakes, people aren't going to have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But the people that are going to library game nights maybe aren't those people. I don't you know. So anyway, but I hear you. And that's why I hesitate when people say this is or isn't an entry point game, because I think you could use Food Chain Magnate. You could use a Le Havre. You could use a heavier game than Wingspan to introduce people, because I would make the argument that Wingspan, or the ilk, I'm just using that because it's the first one that came into my head, Ticket to Ride, doesn't matter, can turn people off of gaming as much as going the other way if that person wants that type of really constricted, brain-burny experience. And if it's puppy dogs and ice cream, that's going to turn them off as much as
may not
anything
be
else.
as exciting. Yeah.
Understood that not everybody is going to be that, and there's probably more that are the other direction. I get that, but gauge the player by the gauge the game by the player,
Which
right?
is tricky to do when they're just starting, because you
If you
Hard to know.
can't really predict.
if they're a
what they're
coworker,
like.
if they're somebody you know a little bit more.
Even there, I find it very difficult to tell what kind of games, or whether people will be into games or not, is a hard
Straight
thing.
up ask them.
Well, even,
I
but
hear you.
then asking them is they don't know what they're interested in, or
Yeah.
if they are,
Sure.
because they have all they played is Monopoly.
Fair. But anyway, I hear what you were going to.
Now you said this designer has another game.
Yeah, Lignum.
Lignum. I am going out and buying Lignum. I've enjoyed this. The only reason I would not necessarily or might hesitate to buy this is because the only person I'm likely to play it with is the heavy cardboard crowd, and here's a copy. But
Yeah.
I'm buying Lignum hands down. I've heard another content creator mention it, and it's high on his list. It's in his top 10. So I'm excited to try that. I want to play it.
I mean, you're welcome to borrow mine if you want. So, but yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. So.
I've got this board game acquisition disorder, and you can tell from the acronym it's not a good thing.
Yeah, right. What do you think?
I mean, I feel my feelings about the game are about the same as they were before. I think it's a good game. It's certainly better than a lot of the heavier games that have floated past us. The variable setup is kind of interesting, but it's not a huge deal. It's we're not talking the differences of Age of Steam maps here, or it's not that level of
Right.
variability. And so
It keeps it from being scripted.
It does reduce the scripting problem.
That's what I think the
Which I think
variability does. The end.
But it's also not as interesting in its variability as say Marco Polo is, where you got so much more wild possibilities because of how the towns work out on that game.
I gotta
does
play
sort of
this game because you keep referencing it.
Well, it
And to me,
immediately
that
leaps to
seems
my
so
mind
much
because
lighter.
it has that similar. The connections are laid on the board, but what's in the connections differs from game to game, and that mechanism is the same as Marco Polo. As well as the tightness, because certainly the first Marco Polo is an extremely tight game. I would say even tighter than this. So, I mean, those are reasons that kind of make it that it doesn't sort of run to the kind of level of game that I think I'd want to get, because I kind of look at the, if I'm going to go with a heavier game, that I feel there was ones that are a bit more different, interesting compared to ones that I've got. I don't feel the same level of excitement for this as, say, 18 Chesapeake, which I had a much worse game of, but I mean, there's something alluring about that game that this one doesn't quite have for me. And I kind of feel that, it's certainly one of the better, heavier games, but it's certainly not going to be something that's going to leap to my excitement levels. It's an interesting question, having played it again, how I feel about this compared to Weather Machine. I think earlier on I was thinking it was better than Weather Machine because I preferred the theme and it seemed to be sort of more thematical-like. Now I'm not so sure, actually.
How many plays do you have of Weather Machine?
3, I think,
Yeah.
2 or 3. And I feel about the same. I feel about both of them. The heavier games, there's some interesting direction. There's some theme in there. Weather Machine theme is a bit more different, which is kind of nice. While this definitely feels like a more familiar theme. In terms of this actual play, my plan was get these 2 delivery spots to get that early entry. You torpedoed me, and basically I had to tread water for 2 or 3 turns while I rebuilt some kind
Figured
of
it out,
economy.
yeah.
And I was out the game at that point.
Yeah.
So Doug's like, first turn or two can end your chances at a win. Don't like that. It's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Because there's no randomness
Right.
in here, so it's going to be if you've made mistakes and other players haven't, do they make mistakes and can you capitalize on them later? Right?
Yep.
It's that type of that type of game. And Todd asked, do you feel the desire to keep refining your expertise? I hope when you wrote that it was expertise. Or is it a feeling like you found the meta and it's not so interesting now?
I basically answered this question with my initial comment, which is that like I'm really itching to see what a hard lean into another strategy looks like, right? Because I don't think we've really seen it.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, and for me, I want to play it again, even though I got eviscerated in this. I want to try what I had tried to do last game and see if I can do that, especially later in turn order. And can you do something like that productively in later in turn order in a higher player count game?
I think the late turn order thing. I mean, clearly, I was going third for most of the game this time. It didn't stop me, but I also clearly was trying not to be late in turn order because I do think it's important. I wish I had bid $10 more.
And the interesting thing on that note is, I keep hearing about these scores that are over 1,000.
Well, we didn't go 8 turns, too.
Fact, but how are they doing? Like,
5 more actions makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I can believe if you have
so the question is that,
well, when
is it
I
going
did
8?
during the second practice game on Steam, I hit over 1,000.
Yeah.
We had it was.
Yeah, that's right.
think we didn't. No, we think we finished it in 7 that one as well, but it might have been 8.
So,
And that 5 actions makes all the difference. You're able to get more factories, more contracts.
Yeah.
It's just like, when you play Great Western Trail, first time you play, you're not that good. You get to a point where like everybody's scoring like a ton of points, and then as your table gets better, the points actually go down, right? Because better play is to actually end the game earlier.
Right. And I mean, I'm not saying this has been better play on our part, but we've ended the game, as early as round 6,
I think,
so,
yeah.
And can say, I guess theoretically we could make the game go 8 rounds, but I don't see this ever going longer than 7 unless you're intentionally trying to stall.
Doesn't seem like it's ever in everybody's best interest for it to go 8.
Right.
It's probably one of those situations where like somebody's advantaged.
Yeah.
And if people are paying attention, whoever is not advantaged by that is gonna end it for sure.
I would have dragged it out an extra round if I hadn't calculated that Ken could get there anyway.
Yeah.
So I could have a delivery here for the extra key. But you scored, what, 848 points?
Yep, 830
Minus the
points.
20%,
Yeah.
Right?
I was over 1,000 until you knocked the 20% off. Yeah.
I got you,
So
right. Okay.
another round for Ken could have been a 90-point contract with building an extra factory, his income again.
Sure.
He would have been
Yeah.
over 1,000 with an
And 8 rounds, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just wondering those that are getting 1,000, if they're going 8 rounds or if it's going less and we're just missing something.
And I mean, none of us played anywhere near perfect efficiency in this game. Like, better scores are possible in 7 rounds, but we're just still learning, I think.
Yep.
The other thing about the random setup is you can have a random setup where, to a certain point, there's a little bit of, I hate to say engine building because it doesn't really feel like an engine building game to me, but if you've got early income early on, then I think it tumbles into further rounds and you can really get going. And the random setup can make it slow for everyone and depress scores across all 4 players, or they can make it good for everyone and increase scores.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think so.
Well, and we talked about, I think the first time, maybe when we were playing a practice game, how like early on in this game, your action density is greater than your money density. And figuring out how to flip that balance, where you actually have money to take the actions you want to take.
I had that last game, and I fell a hair short of being able to. But that was it. Like I had plenty of money almost the entire game. I was action short. So money dense action shortage in that case. So it can be done.
Right.
Theoretically.
But I do think that's kind of the challenge of this game, right? Because I mean, the fact that there is both a take $10 action and a pass action, I think is a pretty strong signal about that being the kind of the main challenge of the game.
Yeah, I don't think I passed the entire game. I took the take $10 action only twice.
Yeah.
Like in the third round and the last round.
Yep.
I think we ended up, you can tell, I think all of us are taking it less than we did the first couple times
Yes.
we played it. So
Yeah.
I think we're progressing at the game. I don't think we've figured out the meta yet. I don't
No.
think we've explored all the strategies. I think this is a kind of game that demands parity and player strength to play. Otherwise, if you have one person who's stronger than the other, she's going to win every time. And that's also not fun. But it's also a sign of a game that's less random, right? You want to be,
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
all these, yes.
So I'm sorry to drag you all down tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, but on the question of would you, I mean, I could certainly see me wanting to develop expertise in this game. It's certainly got the potential for that. But I can also think of half a dozen games I'd rather develop my expertise in, and that's what it boils down to. You know, this is a world where we've got this plethora of wonderful games to choose from, and it puts a very high bar. And this is a good game, but it isn't a great game
And
for me.
you mentioned Weather Machine, right? And I think the more you play this, I think the more brain burning and more mentally exhausted I will be the more I play it, because the more you're looking further ahead, the more calculating you're doing. So I would put this on par with something like that
Yeah.
from a just mental effort game.
Definitely.
So with that in mind, know what you're getting into. And if
Yeah.
you're into that type of game, I think there's a lot here. If you're not, steer clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one aspect of this game that I don't particularly enjoy. Now, I had fun overall. If you asked me, do you want to play this again tomorrow, I'd still probably say yes.
Yep.
But the thing I don't enjoy is when people have to wait on me because I have to plan out 5 moves ahead, right? Like on that last turn when you said, I'm going to do what Martin does, right? right at the whole town, right?
Right.
You know, like, I'm going to build track this turn, I'm going to build a factory, I'm going to build a station, and you just can't go about doing all of them. You've got to figure out the right order.
Yep.
Like, is the price of the factory going to go up? Is the prices of the resource going to go up? Do I telegraph this or do I telegraph?
Which actions are competitive and which ones are not? Which ones have to go before the other one? Yeah, I mean, it is complicated.
It's a hard game
Yeah.
to do well in,
Yeah.
or to not do terribly, I would argue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, good stuff. I appreciate it.
I maybe wish they hadn't put these hand actions. Sorry, the influence penalty on maybe like the pass or the $10.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
And you're talking to somebody that got a house tonight. I love that, because you know what? You want to duplicate stuff, you can. But
Yeah.
you know what? It costs you influence. Like it's
Well,
old hat.
it seemed like to me, it does turn out that in like turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, duplicating actions is probably a good idea, even though you got to pay influence for it.
Well, I mean,
Because
yeah.
some actions are just better than others from a points perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
It raises an interesting question about the ergonomics, though. I'm not sure I like this way of putting a hand to say you've done your action compared to, I mean, the obvious comparison is Concordia, right? You've got a card in the hands of your action, you played a card.
Right.
I was too often forgetting to put the hand down because I'm so eager to. I don't do that with Concordia playing the card.
Right.
And so I feel that maybe ergonomics-wise,
There's
it
a
would be
UI
better to have the
issue.
cards, and yeah, you've got to pay a cost to pick a card back up into your hand and play it again. That's a minor tiddly point, but it was something that occurred to me because I was going. I forgot to put the hand.
We
down
had that
again.
thing at the end where like we just
did
weren't
you-
100%
did you
sure
not?
about your
Right,
last
yeah.
action. So yeah. Yeah, it's easy for me to remember because I just handed to Edward.
You see, the hands are really important because if you don't give us your thumbs, we forget to put them on the board.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Since this is the last time you're going to see it on the show, it makes sense. So people are talking about the fact that these were a proper board. I can make a case either way. As somebody that's streaming this, the flexibility of being able to manipulate this into the shape I want to make it fit on screen, not a common problem for most folks. I'm going to go out on a limb and say.
So
But
the
it's
other thing-
effectively how do you fit it onto your table?
The other thing is 11's a prime number, so there's no way you're going to turn that into a rectangular.
Oh, you
board.
could. It could be 5, 5,
Without-
and then
without
one other, and
blank
have some
space
extra
or
dead
something,
space,
right?
and you
Like-
could have a player rate or something like that on there. I hear you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why these had to be tiles.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. All right, that's it. I want to get these guys home.
What's that?
Go ahead. Go.
I was about to say you could make a gone like a
No, and then you get a game. I can't remember the name of it. That it was a mother bear to try and fit it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not to mention, well, yeah. Last thing. Here, let me zoom out. There you go. That's as far as the camera goes.
It's the whole table, guys.
You can see
It is
the
the
edge of the
whole
table
table.
over there. The edge of the table is right here.
Yep.
So you better have the space. That's the other thing to keep in mind. And I'm just gonna say it. I really dislike the setup in Teardown on this. It's a lot. Keep that in mind.
took us half an hour before we started streaming.
4 people. Took us almost half an hour going through with the variable setup, getting everything out, and I'm just using baggies for all of my stuff. All the player stuff's all in one, the whole 9 yards. So keep that in mind. And there's a part of me that kind of wants to show that right now.
The Teardown?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, why not? I have no. I mean, we're gonna before they get out of here.
TV.
Glory to Rome.
So
We're gonna do it anyway.
Channel will give you this.
actually, I think there's value in this, so people can see it. Grab the box.
It still gets a glory to Rome.
Like, subscribe, consider supporting the show, and hey, thank you to everybody that gave the tea donation tonight.
Doesn't
That
take
was
quite
really
take us
awesome.
over the over, but
All right. All right. So that said, here we go. Grab your chips. Set those aside if you would.
yeah, chips obviously not included in the.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So everybody needs their 30 train, 3 cars, and 1 of each resource, along with your container of stuff.
Okay.
Train back.
30 train comes back
And
here.
yeah, I still have bus sticks here, so I don't know.
Does this baggie look like the right size for player stuff?
Yeah, go with it.
All right. The bus sticks, you want them in the bag?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
I have multiple copies of bus, so I can afford that.
Are there folks who are going to probably want to get this played at game day tomorrow, do you think?
And that's possible. That's
Yeah.
the other reason that I wanted to have this.
Because I don't think everybody in our group has played it yet,
They
right?
have
At
not.
some point, though, somebody's going to say, "Oh, blow this! Let's get the Age of Steam discs out on the instead of the little sticks."
Probably not wrong. So 1 of each resource, your 30 train, and 3 cars. Also, don't forget.
The little green hexagon goes in there too?
Yep, the green hexagon and 1 investor.
Yep.
Oh, 1 investor, right.
And the player rate.
Yes.
And the 2 station.
Yes, and the 2 little brown station.
Can you pass me my
pieces.
hands, please,
Yep.
Martin? Oh, thank you.
1 investor, you said.
Yep.
Did the red hands already come to me? I guess they maybe
Oh,
did.
should you put 1 of each
Should've.
resource
Yeah.
in there too?
I
You said that?
mentioned
Yeah.
that. Yes, sir. If y'all
Do you
would
have
grab
one?
Sticks.
I got them all set.
Does anybody else need resources?
No. Can you grab me a bag, please?
I can grab you a lot of different bags.
Cool. You might as well, throw them
Yeah.
out here.
Me too, please, sir. Thank you.
All right. Once we're done with player pieces, then we can go resources. All that stuff's pretty obvious. And
Separately
individual-
bagged?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
resources themselves are individually
you already
bagged.
have yours.
I'm already bagged.
Because that keeps
Yeah.
setup easier, right?
Slows
Just
it down.
Dump them
Yep.
into the containers.
Yes, it does. Anybody got more wood?
Over there. So there, engineers. So then, what I was going to say. Hold on. Resources. Any other resources on the board that y'all can see? Yes. Hold on.
What about blockers? Anybody got blockers?
That would require you to get contracts. Hold on. Wood.
Yep.
And hold on. There's a Colt. Guys, grab all the resource cubes that are out here, please.
Here.
Purple. There.
Thank you.
All right. So these
Oh, here's another
in a bag.
relatively large bag.
do.
That's helpful.
All right. So now common pieces. What I've been doing. Oh, another resource.
Okay.
Common pieces meaning stuff that
Keys.
goes out on the main board. So those, the keys,
Little scroll pieces with
the
the variable.
scrolls, the 8
Yep.
cubes for that, and the 5 crowns. I think there was one off screen
Crowns.
for the State Railroad. I got 4 of them, or was
I
there?
don't think there are 5.
I think so. I could be making that up. That's
Because
entirely possible.
I mean, the variable setup, the max you can have is 3.
Okay.
I think there's one extra anyway.
And
Maybe there's a scenario with 5 or something. But
This?
what's that? What are we looking for?
that will go in. So all the common stuff that goes out
These-
on
I
the
don't have,
various
they're,
boards,
all your bags
and
are over there,
those
Edward.
as well. Okay. Oh, those are
Yeah, these are all full.
Okay. There you go.
One of them does need the variable setup cards, though.
Okay. Those. Thank you.
Oh, contracts. I didn't put the play rate in the board. I don't think you want
everybody's
those in
least
there.
I
favorite.
do.
You
Yep,
do?
I do.
In the back? No,
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. I
What is
know.
it?
People freak
Because I
out
put the
about
play
it.
rate in the.
Oh, I forgot to do
Cardboard
that, but
and
yes.
wood and cards all in the same
That's a
bag.
pretty tough
I
Hey,
know,
this
it's
is not the Eric
blasphemy.
Martin school, so be glad of
Pretty,
that.
pretty tough little.
All right.
It amazes me just how fired up folks got over that.
Oh, not just. Oh, Nope. Still live.
All right.
All right. So done. Okay. So now
That's right.
trains.
In
Yeah,
here.
yeah. That should be in the
Yep.
4-player. Oh, missed another. Those should go
Oh.
into their own individual. That should go into the common bag.
Which is, I
It's
think,
already
here,
in there.
maybe.
Trains in one bag.
Yep.
Train cars, probably one bag. Investors, one bag.
Correct.
Okay. Sorry.
It's all right.
And all of the factories in one.
Can I do this?
What about the engineer guys?
Engineer all in one bag. Those actually can go in with the
Common bag if you wanted
bag.
to. Yeah, that's fine.
I could put them in here with the factories too.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
And then resource. And then we have the contracts we should already have a bag for somewhere because there are
maybe.
leftover contracts that aren't used in the game.
It does tear down faster than it sets up.
Well,
Oh, most games do.
Yeah.
not only that, but we're also booking it.
Yeah.
There. 4 and all the boards. Empty that, if you will. Yep, there you go. On the bottom, rules.
You want these in a bag?
There should have been, but if not, then so be it.
Okay.
I don't see another empty one.
There's plenty. right
Sure,
there.
but
Go
There's
ahead.
a bag down
Might as
there.
well.
Yeah, grab a bag.
Grab it. Yeah.
Okay. Don't want to leave without this.
Not good.
Here we go. Still going and done. That's it. We're out of here. Y'all have a good night. Be kind to one another.
Bye.
Support the show. All that fun stuff. Later, y'all.